Okay, I'm here. I'm live. I somehow managed to make it on. I'm not in the best condition right now because of things with my mom, but I'm here and I'm going to try and do my best to help you guys out without breaking down myself. um, yeah, sorry about the delay. Things have not been easy between my mom and I the past couple of days. It's just been nothing but fighting. And it makes me wonder, why am I here? I should be back in California because at least then I had 2,000 miles of distance and I didn't have to deal with her. So I'm just going to kind of breathe through this and hopefully be able to make a difference here at least. I know that at least like being on and being with you guys and doing readings and helping you will hopefully ultimately help me too. Anyways, hi Rachel. I got your I did get your PayPal, obviously right off the bat. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not in the best condition right now. I really am not. I'm just not in the best condition. And thank you, KBC. I appreciate it. It's just been rough. Like, as if moving across country is not enough. Then, you throw my mom on top of it, who is a whole other situation. Yeah. Anyways, Rachel, let me get to your two ventees because I know you got that up. Your usual general and love. So let's see what we got going on here. We got cards flipping out. Let's see what we get for Rachel here. It's a little bit of a general message. Hopefully by the end of the week, I'll be a little bit better. It is like a little support group. And I swear she does this to me right before I need to do something important, helping the collective. I really feel like it's like a spiritual attack thing because like last night I was talking to her on the phone and we got into this argument. And these are two different subjects on top of that we're arguing on, but they're two different things. They're kind of connected together, but they're two different things. And my plan last night, after I was done talking to her, I was going to do some work on my very first deck because I'm in the process of creating that. I'm in the process of working on my first deck. And I had this whole plan with it and everything. And I literally ran hours behind schedule because of this argument with her. It happens every single time. I still worked on it, thankfully, but I was totally behind schedule with what I wanted to do. And then today, like I called her on one subject. And after we were done talking about that subject, which was fine, I told her, oh, by the way, I'm going live in just under an hour. And even with me telling her that, she still brought up another conversation that was like totally irritating and like opened up the door for basically the devil to just walk right through. And I'm like, why do you do this knowing that I'm going to go live? It's not like I didn't tell you. I told you I was going to go live. So it's like every single time I have something important I have to do helping people in the collective, she does this. So it's like, it's definitely a spiritual attack. I don't know what's going on. I had a nightmare last night, and I looked this up on like some of those dream interpretation sites too. I had a nightmare last night that my mom and I were at my childhood house, and she sold that like 6 years ago. And we were at my childhood house, and whoever it was that bought it, who owned it or whatever, they demolished it. They demolished my childhood house. And I was upset and I was in tears in the dream. And my mom was like, oh, whatever, who cares? Blah, blah, blah. Like, let's move on with our lives. But I was really upset about this because this was the house that I lived in my entire life up until I did go to LA. And there were like a couple of the interpretations that I saw online, like some of them didn't really make any sense. And I didn't feel like resonated for me. Like one was like, it was like, oh, you're nervous, you're scared about something dealing with your childhood being revealed or something like that you're embarrassed about or something. But I literally can't think of anything. I can't think of anything from my childhood that would be in that kind of horrific category. And then the other one was more about like transition and changes and not feeling grounded and not feeling stable and not feeling supported, which that I felt was more so probably where I'm at right now. But it was just really weird. Considering it was like my childhood house, it probably involves some like inner child stuff or something. But yeah, so I don't know what's going on, but there's definitely some weird stuff happening around me lately. But yeah, I'm excited to finish the deck so I can start like including it in readings. I don't want to, it's an oracle deck, so it's got like a particular theme to it. I don't want to say exactly what the theme is yet until it's done, just because I don't want other people like stealing my ideas. But when it's done, it'll be out there. And yeah, I plan on opening an Etsy shop, so if people want to purchase it, they can. And yeah. So let's see what's happening for you, Rachel. Enough of me rambling on and on about my mother. It's like, this is not Heather's live for complaining about her mom. We could all probably do a live about complaining about our mothers in one way or another. Okay. Let's see what we got for you, Rachel, for your general. We have the Knight of Cups coming through. So the Knight of Cups is someone who wants to come in with their cup of love and present that to you. So it seems like there's probably someone in your life who wants to do that. I know we're not on the love romance end of things again. This could be a romantic offer, or it just could be somebody else in your life too who loves you and cares about you and just wants you to know that, and wants to express their love and their support for you, basically. So that could be almost anybody, but we'll keep pulling cards to see maybe who that person is. But there is someone who loves you, cares about you, wants to bring in their cup of love. We'll see. Well, thank you, KBC. I'm glad to be here for you guys. I'm glad to do that indefinitely. So I wish I had like more pizzazz tonight. I also am like running on like no food. I haven't like eaten anything pretty much all day because I've been running around doing all this other stuff, and I was supposed to eat during the time I was arguing with my mom, but now it's gonna have to wait. So it's just one thing or another. And we have the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is a brand new beginning in love, a fresh new beginning in love. So I definitely feel like this Knight of Cups and the Ace of Cups are tied in together, that they go hand in hand. So it's probably that Knight of Cups who wants to bring in that fresh new offer of love. I feel like the same thing is starting to come through that came out for you on Friday, because I know Friday it was all like love, love, love during that general reading. And I feel like we're kind of getting that same vibe again. So I don't know if it's the ex-husband or if it's somebody else who wants to come in, but there's a lot of love coming in, that's for sure. And that's just from the general perspective of it. So let's see what else we got here. The King of Wands. Yeah, I'm feeling like this is going right back into the love department again with the King of Wands. The King of Wands, he's very fiery, he's passionate, he's magnetic, he's charismatic, he's outgoing, all those kinds of things. So, could be qualities of your ex. I don't know, but I feel like this guy came out on Friday too, if I remember right. But yeah, either way, that same vibe of someone wanting to come in with their cup of love, a fresh new start in love, and he's passionate about it, that's for sure. So if it's not the ex, maybe it's somebody else. I know you're casually kind of just like looking around at your options. Maybe it's one of these other guys. But let's see what else we get here. If the Six of Cups came through, I would say it's definitely the ex in regards to past, but we'll see what else happens. And the Ace of Wands, oh my gosh, the Ace of Wands and the King of Wands. So we've got lots of kings, or lots of wands and lots of cups. So lots of passion and lots of love coming in for you, basically. And, the the Ace of Wands is about that passionate new beginning. So we have a passionate new beginning and a beginning that's filled with love. And with the two of these together, like, sometimes the Ace of Wands by itself can, just kind of be like a one night stand kind of thing. It can be just like, that spur of the moment, one night of passion, get in, get out, do your thing, whatever. But considering we do have the Ace of Cups to go along with it, I don't feel like it would just be like a one night stand or, just the physical stuff and that's it. I do feel like there's a deeper tie there because of the fact that there is love. There is love attached here. There's actual emotions involved. So it seems like there's, more going on there. Yes, it did come out on Friday. I thought so. I thought I saw his face on Friday. So he's still hanging around. He's still, oh my gosh, now all the cards. That's way too many cards. I gotta pick those up. That's like the phone made a noise and the cards went everywhere. Okay, too many. That's way too many. Come here, come here. All right. Oh, my cards. They're like, hey, that King of Wands is so fired up. We're all going to get fired up. Okay. Oh, some of these are still flipped upside down. Okay. Getting back to the question at hand. And we have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is about sleepless nights and anxiety. So even though this person does have a lot of love for you and a lot of passion for you, I feel like they may have a lot of anxiety about actually coming towards you, especially if it is the ex. I feel like that anxiety is there probably due to the past. If it's not the ex, then, maybe this person is just so like enamored by you that, they're kind of just like, how do I even approach her? Like, I don't even know what to say to her or how to say it or anything like that. So I feel like this person does have anxiety about, kind of how to go about this, how to breach this subject, how to get into it kind of a thing. Or it could also be a little bit of anxiety on your end, especially if it is the ex that's coming in. Like, I can understand how that would cause some anxiety. Like, can I trust this? Is this something that, I should even pay any attention to kind of a thing? And we also have the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is about walking away from things that no longer serve us and, drag us down and that kind of thing. So, once again, I feel like if it's the ex, one of the reasons why he may have anxiety is the fact that you have basically walked away. You walked away from him and you walked away from, all that stress and all that anxiety yourself. And, you're just kind of done, which is why he's feeling anxiety about even trying to do something, even trying to come forward kind of a thing. So that's what I'm kind of getting from there. But let me get some oracle cards to go along here with this, and then we'll pull some love messages as well. Let's see. I think I'm gonna take some divine feather messages. The bird is the word. So, oh, that's okay, KBC. I think I'm just jumpy because of everything dealing with my mom. It's not Venmo or the chime or anything like that, because that does that all the time. Like, my phone makes noises constantly. But I think it's just, me being out of sorts right now and stuff because of my mom. I'm just like extra. But let's see what kind of messages we get from the Divine Feather deck. We have the Loon. Pay attention to your dream time. Messages of guidance are drifting in. So, especially when it comes down to maybe this ex situation or whatever, pay attention to your dreams. Your dreams are probably giving you insight and clarity on what you should be doing, dealing with the situation, or just in love or life in general. So pay attention to your dreams. Your dreams probably have some good insight. And Let's see what else we got here. We also have the Condor. Hold the highest vision for your life. You now possess the ability to move past any hurdles. So, a condor I kind of see as like a bird that's, really flying high up there in the sky and everything. And yeah, I mean, if you had hurdles with him and you felt better walking away and not dealing with him, then it may be best to continue doing that if that's what's working for you. um you have the ability to move past any hurdle. So whether it's the hurdle of keeping to your guns and being like, no, I'm not going to get involved with that again, then, keep doing that. If you feel like maybe you can work on this or work through this with him, then that's also a hurdle that you can overcome. So it all depends on you. Like, either way, you're going to be okay. And whatever it is that you choose, you can overcome any hurdle that you want to, is what it comes down to. You don't have any other significant connections other than the ex. Well, yeah, that's why I'm saying I feel like it's probably the ex that's coming through, because I know that you're, open to, other people coming in, but if there's nobody major standing out, I feel like it is probably tied to him. And I was really strongly feeling here with this anxiety that's probably his. It's probably his anxiety, because I think he does want to, come your way and be just like, hey, I have all this love, I have all this passion, I'm Mr. King of Wands and all this other kind of stuff. But he's nervous about it because he knows that you did walk away, that, you've kind of been done. So, that's probably why he's not saying anything if you're not hearing anything from him right now. You also got the Peacock. Inherent wisdom is emerging at this time. Watch it and ready yourself for a rebirth. So, for yourself right now, this may not necessarily be a time of action. It just may be a time of kind of like observing what is going on around you, whether it's with him or other things in your life. And, I feel like when the time is right, whatever is going to happen is going to happen. If he's going to come back, he's going to come back. If you're in a place to work things out with him, you will. If not, you're going to be stronger for it to move on, whatever the choice is that you want to make. But for now, it's funny because I also think of like, peacocks are obviously very stunning. They're very beautiful. They're one of the most beautiful bird breeds out there. And I feel like he may kind of look at you that way. Like he may kind of look at you like this gorgeous, beautiful peacock, which once again, I feel like could be one of those reasons he's got that anxiety about returning, because he knows that you're worthy. He knows that you're valuable. He knows these things. And we have the Blue Jay. It's the time is right to access and master your abilities. Do so with humility and control. So in the meantime, I feel like, you're basically getting the message here to just continue working on you, continue to do you, continue to stand strong in like your own power and that kind of thing. And yeah, like that's the most important thing that you can do for yourself right now, because whatever he's going to do, he's going to do. If he is going to present that cup of love, if he is going to come your way, he will come your way. But in the meantime, the best thing you can do, I feel like, is just to continue to stand strong in your power and do things that you need to do for yourself in your own life. Because honestly, that's probably what's drawing him in right now. What's drawing him in is probably the fact that, you're already doing those things. And that's probably why he's getting curious, because that's usually how that happens. But let me see what comes in for you with love, which I feel like we just discussed that, but it likes to keep coming out, obviously. So let's see if we get anything else on the situation. Let's see what we get here. We have the Devil. So the Devil is all about karma. It's about, temptation, desires, especially considering we do have a lot of that wand energy going on there on his end. He definitely could have some, temptations and desires basically happening there. So the mask. Now, how you can get a subscriber more? What? Um, but yeah, I feel like with the devil though, there's once again going back to this X, because that does seem to be what the subject is revolving around here in love. I do feel like there's karma that needs to be worked out with him, apparently. So there is basically, in a sense, of unfinished business is what it comes down to. There's this sense of unfinished business hanging around. There is some karma that is attached in your connection, which is probably why he wants to pop back up again. I just unfinished business is the best way I can describe it, of kind of what I'm feeling with that. It's just unfinished business and karma. It can be about temptations, desires. I feel like he's definitely desiring you with the wand energy coming through. It can also be addictions, bad behaviors, that kind of thing. But I definitely get the strong feeling of unfinished business, just because there is so much history there. And we have the Fool. So at some point, he may actually take that leap of faith and come near you or come towards you or whatever, and actually try to talk to you, because that's what the Fool does. The Fool just dives in. The Fool doesn't look both ways before he crosses the street. He just takes that leap of faith. And if he gets hit by a car, he gets hit by a car. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But he tries. He just takes that leap of faith. And, he may do it in a moment when he doesn't even expect to. Right now he seems to have like those sleepless nights and everything going on. And when you're in that kind of mode, you're not necessarily in a place where you would probably be diving in headfirst into things like the Fool. But eventually, he may have like a moment of breath, in a sense, where he doesn't feel that anxiety, and he may just take that leap of faith in that moment, is what could happen. The mask. My socks are already off. I'm barefoot right now. Thank you. But I'm not showing my feet, and I'm not having the discussion about feet tonight, because I've had a very rough day dealing with my mother. And I mentioned that earlier on in the live. I'm not going to rehash that, but I would appreciate that if the whole foot subject would please be dropped, or I'm going to take you out of the chat like right away for being rude and disrespectful and weird, because I'm not in the mood for that today. I am not going to prove it. Like I just said, I literally just said, I have been having a really difficult day with my mom. It was hard enough for me to come on here alone to do readings as it is. So I'm not dealing with this tonight. None of that stuff. All right, back to you, Rachel. We have the Three of Wands coming in. The Three of Wands is about waiting for ships to come in. So I feel like what he could be doing right now is he could be waiting for the perfect moment to be the Fool and take that leap of faith, which once again, I feel like makes sense with that Nine of Swords that came out earlier with that anxiety. So he's not going to do it just yet, but at some point, he's waiting for the perfect moment is what it comes down to. He's waiting for that perfect moment, because that's kind of what the Three of Wands is about. It's just about like waiting for our ships to come in, waiting for something to happen. I feel like he's waiting for his window is what it comes down to. He's waiting for that perfect moment, probably where he feels confident enough and he feels good enough to come towards you and say something. And, also he's probably trying to gauge things however it is that he can on your end to, see when it might be good to come your way. Like, I don't know how in touch you guys are, if you guys are like connected on social media or anything like that. But if you are, or if he's, maybe talking to people that you guys know mutually or whatever, he may be waiting for a good moment where he knows things are good on your end too, to be just like, okay, now is the moment. I'm going to be that Fool and I'm going to take that leap of faith. And we have Strength. So I do feel like there is, some kind of strength that is being developed here through the process, especially considering karma came out earlier here with the devil. I do feel like whatever's happening with him right now, because a lot of whatever the weirdness is going on right now, it's definitely happening on his end. It's not so much on yours. I feel like it's definitely creating some kind of strength within him as of the moment. And I mean, it's definitely creating some kind of strength within you too. Like, even though it was not the easiest relationship with him, obviously, because he's an ex for a reason, there's still a tie there. There's still a connection. Like, that's obvious. So yeah, there's definitely still a strong, ooh, that one just went flying out. We have the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles is about being greedy and guarded and, just having your walls up, basically. And I feel like this may be how you kind of feel right now towards him, because you're like, I don't know about him coming towards me with his cups and his wands and all this other stuff going on. Like, I'm going to protect my space, my bubble, my heart, my soul. And I think you have every right to, do that, considering the things that went down between you guys in the past. I think if anything, just be open to hear what he has to say. That doesn't mean that you have to agree with it or, jump back into things with him or anything like that. But, if you at least get things to a place where it's cordial, like, there's nothing wrong with that. So I think it's important to not be so guarded and protected that you miss out on something that could possibly work out for the better later on. Yeah, like, there's nothing wrong with being cautious is what I'm saying. It's good to have like that place that's somewhere right in the middle there. Be cautious, but be open at the same time. It's a tricky place to balance, that's for sure. And we have the Ace of Wands coming back out again. So, I think that's just kind of reiterating what was coming out earlier with that passion and that desire basically coming from him. Let me get some love related oracle cards here to see what we can get. Let's see. I'm kind of curious about where he's at emotionally here. So I'm going to get some Journey of Love out for you. Just because obviously this is a journey, that's for sure. Let's see where the journey's headed. Let's see where it's going. Thank you, Anthony. I will check my phone in just a few minutes after I'm done with Rachel's reading. So, I'm trying to not be stressed, but if you had been talking to my mom for the past couple of days, you would be stressed too. That's for sure. Okay, let's see what we got here with love for Rachel. See if we can get anything going on with the ex happening. We've got, I need you to tell me what to do, dominating. So, I feel like this kind of plays into his current anxiety he's feeling is, once again, he doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know how to approach you. He doesn't know how to handle the situation. So there's like this part of him that's like, you tell me how to do this. You tell me how to approach you. You tell me what to say to you, because I don't want to talk to you and say something that's going to trigger you or upset you or set you off or make things worse or anything like that. So I feel like, he's kind of at a loss here. He doesn't know exactly what he's supposed to be doing. So he's definitely looking for some input from you on that note of what's going on. Let's see what else we have here. We also have, I'm so afraid to tell you, fear. Yeah, that totally makes sense. He's got all that anxiety. He is scared 100%. He's feeling that fear. He's feeling scared, And like I said, eventually something is going to snap inside of him and he is going to take that leap of faith. like I said, I don't know what's going to cause it. Maybe and it's funny, like this just kind of popped in my head right now, especially with the devil here. Maybe it'll be like drunk words, sober thoughts or something like that. Maybe he'll wind up drinking or something, and then it'll be like a drunk call or something like, hey, now I'm going to tell you the truth because I can take the leap of faith when I'm under the influence, and now I don't feel so afraid to tell you. It could be something like that. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but that's a possibility. But he's definitely he's scared. He is legit scared, which I feel like that's a good thing, though. Not that we want him to be scared, but I feel like it's a good thing because I feel like he recognizes your worth. Like if he didn't recognize your worth, if he didn't recognize your value, then he would just hit you up and it wouldn't matter. Like he wouldn't care. He would be just like, oh yeah, whatever. You know, if she responds, well, great. If she doesn't, who cares, you know? But he's invested, and he wouldn't be invested if it didn't matter to him, if he didn't see that there was something valuable with you. So I think that's a good thing. You know, sometimes I'm not an advocate for fear, but I think in this situation, it actually is kind of a good thing in his situation. I'm lost without you, emptiness. So probably since you guys have been split up and gone your separate ways, he's felt this way. He's felt lost. He's felt empty, you know, not so great. You know, even if he's gone and been with other people, I feel like there's been a lot of comparison that, you know, it's kind of like they're just a warm body. They're not you, though. They don't fulfill him emotionally or mentally or spiritually or any of those kinds of things. Let's see what else we got. I'm tired of dancing alone, depression. So I also feel like during this time that you guys have been apart, he has been experiencing some depression. You know, once again, when you're depressed, you're going to be dealing with a lot of those sleepless nights. You know, unfortunately, anxiety and depression can kind of go hand in hand with each other too. So I think he's been struggling. That's for sure. He's been struggling quite a bit here. In his mental state. Let me get one more. And we have clarity. I finally see. So once again, what I was saying with, you know, him seeing your value and him seeing your worth, I feel like he has started to wake up and realize that and understand that. Where before he may not have understood that, and because of that he probably didn't treat you the right way, and he probably didn't, you know, present to you the right actions to be that way. But I feel like, you know, during this time where he has been alone and depressed, where he has felt empty, where he's been experiencing these fears and everything, you know, he has realized your worth, and he finally sees that now. So I feel like that's the big thing that he finally sees. He finally understands that. So that's a good thing. And like I said, the best thing that you can do, I would say, is just keep being you, keep doing you, keep doing what you're doing, because the more you do that, the more he's going to obviously continue to validate that, even on an energetic level. But, you know, the work that he has to do right now is pretty much on him. If he's going to take that leap of faith and come your way, that's on him to get his strength and to, you know, get to that point, basically. So I wouldn't like sit around and wait on him or anything, you know, continue seeing other people. If you want to go out and mingle and that kind of thing, there's nothing wrong with doing that. I would keep doing that. And if and when he comes back and he's like a brand new man, awesome. That, you know, that's kind of on him. So hopefully that helps out and gives you a little assistance with him. But yeah, I would say he's pretty much the focus here of the readings lately, whether it's love or anything else. But yeah, let me see who is next. I know Anthony made a payment, and KBC made a payment. I think KBC came in first. So let me check that and get a sip of coffee. Hi, Shadow. Okay. So KBC, we have career and love for you, 2 Ventis. Okay, and then Anthony, you will be up after KBC because I think that's where we're at with payments right now. Okay. The mask. The only thing you need is thick. We're not talking about the feet thing. I told you, I'm done with the feet thing. I saw the comment on Venmo, so I did get that. So we're all good. Okay. Anyways. Okay, mask. I am not dealing with this today. I'm putting you in timeout because I told you I'm not dealing with this weird foot stuff today. No, it's not happening. I've had a rough day. I asked you to not do that. You're not listening. So timeout now. And I hope that worked. There. No, it's not okay. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you for having my back. It's like I don't understand it. I really don't understand the foot thing. It's very annoying. Okay. Anyways, back to business. KBC, career and love. So let's get into career. Yeah, it worked. I see it worked now. We don't need any of that. It's like it's been a rough day. I want to focus on doing ratings, not look at weird things about feet. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't get it. You know, if someone is that into like feet or something, go to OnlyFans. I'm sure that there are people on OnlyFans who do that kind of stuff. So go to OnlyFans. Stop coming to YouTube for that. And stop coming to tarot readings for that too, because once again, that has nothing to do with it. It makes no sense. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, KBC, let's see what's going on with you for your career. Let's see what we got here. All right, so we got the Knight of Pentacles. And, you know, we're talking about money in the career thing. And obviously, Pentacles is all about the money and the career stuff, which is a good thing. So I feel like this is basically you right now, that you're kind of in this Knight of Pentacles energy where you are charging forward and you are making strides that you need to make in your career right now to make the money. The only negative thing about the Knight of Pentacles is he is very slow. He's very slow, but slow and steady wins the race at the same time. So a lot of the times you may be working on your dreams and your career and all that other kind of stuff. And sometimes you may feel like you're stuck and you may feel like you're not really going anywhere. And it's kind of just like the same thing day in and day out, but you are going somewhere. It's just slow. But you're at the same time, it's a very solid and stable and very grounding card. So I think it definitely shows that whatever career path that you are in right now, whatever it is that you are doing, you are going in the right direction. It's going to take a little while. It's just going to take a minute to get to where you need to go, but you are going somewhere. You're definitely going somewhere with it. Oh, thank you, Rachel. You are so sweet. That is so incredibly sweet. Like, I really appreciate that because, like I said, my mom has kind of just like ripped me to shreds the past couple of days, and I have not exactly felt energetically the best. But like I said, I'm trying so bad right now. But I really do appreciate that. We also have the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is someone who is full of love. She's full of love for herself and for others. And that's the most important thing for her, is that she is full of self-love. And because she has all that love within herself, she's able to extend that out to others. So I feel like in your line of work, in your job, in your career, that's kind of, who you are. Like you're filled of your own self-love and your own self-worth. So I feel like when when you're being walked all over in a sense in the job, and when you're not like getting due your pay in a sense is what it comes down to. So your self-worth. You're willing to stand up for that and say, hey, I do work hard at X, Y, and Z. I should be compensated A, B, C, whatever it is. So I do feel like that. And then in addition to that, because you do know your worth, you do know your value, you are full of love, I feel like you're really good at extending that love to others in your line of work, whether you work independently on your own and it's people that you come across as clients or collaborators, or whether it's people that you actually work on the job with, like your boss or your coworkers or whatever, just whoever is around you in your job life, in your career world. I feel like people feel good when they're around you, when they work with you, that they appreciate the love and the support that you do bring to the table and that you do give to others. So that's definitely a good thing. Positive stuff so far here with the career stuff. Let's see what else we got here. We have the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is kind of like this time of laying your sword down and just taking a beat, taking a moment, resting, basically. Because that's basically what this unicorn is doing. This unicorn is resting, is what it comes down to. It's got its sword down here. The other three are up here, and it's just chilling out. It's just relaxing. So I feel like this card is kind of saying, you are a hard worker. Like that's evident here with the Knight of Pentacles. But, try not to overwork yourself. Make sure that there is balance in that. Make sure that you take time to rest and to take care of yourself, and that, you don't like jump and say yes, 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 yes every time you're asked to do something. Like it's okay to have your boundaries with work too. It's okay to say no every once in a while. At least if you can, you're not going to get like fired or something. But it's important to have those boundaries, which I feel like you already know, knowing your self-worth here is that Queen of Cups. But yeah, definitely keep it in balance. Take those moments to rest when you can. Got cards wanting to jump out again here. Hi, Melissa. Welcome to the live. I see you. I see your sparkly little smiley emoji. So cute. We also have the Strength card coming through. So I feel like whatever it is that happens to you in your career, you can handle it. You can handle whatever curveballs are thrown at you, even if it gets crazy and chaotic and upside down and this, that, and the other thing. You got it. Like you can handle it. You can do it. You got it is what it comes down to. So you're definitely strong enough to endure that, depending on what it is that you do. Some jobs are more draining than others. It just, it all depends. But you definitely have that strength to do whatever it is that needs to be done. And we have the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is like a new way of thinking, a new way of looking at things, a new way at kind of like your beliefs and that kind of thing. So, maybe right now you could be at a point in time where some of your thoughts and some of your beliefs could be transforming around work. It could be around like what it is that you're doing. Maybe you're like, oh, maybe I could, take this to a new level, or take that to a new level, or maybe change things into this direction or that direction. It could be even just like your approach and things, where you could be like, yeah, maybe I do need to have a little bit more rest in things. Maybe I do need to give myself a little bit more credit in the fact that I'm strong enough to handle whatever's thrown at me. So you could be going through a period of time right now where you're just having like new ideas when it comes to things. If you're somebody who works for yourself, you could be having new ideas just on like how to approach your business and how to do things and new ways to get creative and innovative. So yeah, I just feel like there's always new ideas on how to handle things and how to do things, which is good. And we have the Hermit. So I do feel like there are times where sometimes you need to kind of withdraw from your own work in a sense and just kind of go within. And I feel like when you do that, it's a time where you're refreshing and recharging your battery. So that way then you can be better and you can be stronger and you can, be the best that you can be on the job with what you're doing. So I feel like those times of going into hermit mode are definitely beneficial. They're important. They're definitely something that you should be doing when you have the opportunity to do them. I feel like the hermit and the Four of Swords here kind of go hand in hand, because it's like when you're at rest, when you're kind of just chilling out and at peace, you have those moments where you can kind of go within and be just like, okay, how can I do things better? How can I do things different? Where can I come up with new innovative ideas on how to approach things at work? That kind of thing. Let me get you some oracle cards though on this. And whenever people ask career questions, I like pulling out the soul purpose, because a lot of the times I feel like whatever it is that we should be doing, like earning money and that kind of thing, it should be tied to our soul purpose, like I don't think anybody wants to just be like, working the McDonald's drive-through or something like that forever. I don't think anyone wakes up saying like, hey, I want to, drive for Uber for the rest of my life or whatever. There's usually something deeper we're supposed to be doing, and whatever it is that's deeper, that we feel drawn to, that feels good, and something that we're usually good at too, is what we're supposed to be doing. So let's see what comes out, because I feel like those things kind of go hand in hand. Well, that's good. I'm glad that this is helping you too, Melissa. Definitely, if there are messages that come out for you for somebody else's reading, definitely take it. So the first card that came out is Starseed, Awakening and Shifting Collective Consciousness, Star Child. So chances are you're probably a starseed. You probably are a star child yourself, which means you're not really someone who is in and of this world, is what it comes down to. And that can be tricky for a lot of the times as star seeds when it comes to our careers, because we kind of just want to do what we're passionate about and what feels good and all the other kind of stuff. But the problem is that what we're passionate about and what feels good doesn't necessarily always find money. It can, but we usually have to get creative and innovative to find those ways to make the money, is what it comes down to. Because a lot of the times we're not thinking like, oh, money, money, money. Like that's very much like an earthly focused type of thing. So that could be where those new ideas could be coming in, new ideas on how to make money. So you're not just kind of stuck like in your starseed head, like, oh, la-di-da, that kind of thing. As much as I think we would all love it to not have to revolve around money, no one likes adulting. Nobody likes that. I mean, like, I don't know why I was like dragging my feet calling State Farm to like actually transfer over my insurance from California to Illinois. And I know I'm technically going to be saving money by doing that, because car insurance is so much more in California than it is here. But I still been dragging my feet at it anyways. And I think it's just because it has to do with money and it has to do with adulting, and no one likes to do that. So yeah. Anyways, we also have Akashic Record Keeper, assists others to access ancient wisdom. So I feel like you yourself, you're probably someone who has a lot of information inside of yourself to share with the world. And whatever this information is probably something that is tied to what you should be doing in your career. Obviously, like there is a book on this card. It could be something like writing, like maybe you should be doing something with writing. It could be like writing a book. It could be writing a blog, just something dealing with writing. But yeah, I definitely feel like you do have information on the inside of you, like stories to tell that the world needs to hear, basically. And that could be tied to your career, something that you need to do for, your own way of making money and everything too. I believe that too. I want to work with creativity and get paid for it, yet make a difference in the world. Yeah, I 1000% believe that's the way that it should be. Maybe not everyone is a creative person, but I think the most important thing is, as long as whatever it is you are doing for a living, you care about it, you love it, it doesn't feel like work, like you would still do it even if you didn't get paid at all. That's probably the most important thing. You might jump back on later if you get a chance, but keep sparkling and know you are loved and supported. Thank you, Rachel. I really appreciate that. We'll see how long I'm on for. Like I said, it's been a rough day, but I definitely appreciate you coming by. And, I appreciate all the support too, and patience when I'm dealing with insanity today. That's for sure. But thank you. I really appreciate that. We also have Peacemaker, channeling peaceful energies, perspectives, and solutions for Earth's inhabitants, which makes sense, especially I feel like with the starseed thing, because, let's be real, Earth is a mess. Like, this planet is insane. Yes, I am still on KBC. This is her career reading. Anyway, yeah. So Earth is a mess. And I feel like in a lot of ways, we have to kind of, help our fellow human beings here on this planet to help keep the peace, because there's not a lot of that going along lately. So I feel like, in whatever it is that you do day to day, even if you're not like doing the main thing that you want to do yet, even if it's just like with a day job or something like that, in the meantime, I feel like wherever it is that you are placed, wherever it is that you are right now, you are meant to be that peacekeeper and, kind of be the person who is, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not like a mediator or a moderator. There's a word I'm looking for it. I can't think of it. But it's someone who basically keeps the peace. And I feel like the reason why you're able to do that is because you got that Queen of Wands here, because the Queen of Wands has all of that, or Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, thinking of wands again for some reason, cups. The Queen of Cups, she is full of love, and she's able to give that love freely to others. So because you do have that innately inside of you, I definitely feel like, you're the one who's able to kind of just like keep the peace, not about the drama at work or any of those kinds of things. Work can be stressful enough as it is without drama. So, and we have Earth Keeper. You have been sent to protect Mother Earth. So we got a lot of stuff here about Earth coming in, like protecting the Earth and that kind of thing, the Earth and Earthlings and that kind of stuff. So you're definitely here to do a lot of that stuff. It could even be maybe in the sense of like, helping keep the Earth green and clean and stuff like that. Maybe that's something that would be interested. It's something that you would be interested in is, helping save the Earth in a sense, getting garbage out of the oceans and stuff like that. Let me get one more here for you. And we have Beat Maker. Beat to your own drum. Listen to the rhythm of your soul. So I feel like whatever it is that you're meant to be doing in terms of your career, it's probably going to be outside the box. It's probably not going to be your traditional type of job, not your normal 9 to 5, got my 401k, blah, 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 blah kind of thing. It's probably going to be something unique and different. It may not be something that a lot of other people would necessarily understand or do, but I feel like it's just right for you, and that it's something that you could probably thrive and succeed in, which makes sense with those other things that came through with the starseed stuff and, helping the Earth and the Akashic record keeper and all the other kind of stuff. So Yeah. You rescue animals and use your company as a sponsor. That's awesome. I love that. Especially with animals, like, I mean, animals are so much better than us. I have no idea where my dog is right now, speaking of animals. Oh my gosh, you guys. He was breaking my heart earlier today. I went to the grocery store before this, and I was checking on him with my Furbo camera, and oh my gosh, he breaks my heart so much. The entire time, I was only gone for like maybe 2 hours, and he sat at the door the entire time. He just laid there. He just laid by the door waiting for me to come home. I was like, dude, you're breaking my heart here. Like, I have to get groceries. Like, we need food. We need things here. Like, I can't not get stuff. But he was just breaking my heart. He does that every time. Okay. Let me do your love reading now, KBC. Let's see what's going on with you for love. And then Anthony, I believe you are next after that. And I don't know who's after Anthony. I have to look at my phone. I know there's been a couple of payments or something that's happened since Anthony. So I will check after I get in Anthony's reading, because I know he's been waiting patiently too. So, and hi CA, I see you there too. Sending love and light that things get better between you. Thank you. Yeah. You lost your mom in May. Oh, wow. Oh yeah, that's never easy. I'm so sorry about your mom though. That definitely isn't fun. I mean, I just have my mom. Like, my dad, he passed away when I was 13. So it's been just me and my mom for a really long time, but we do not get along the best sometimes. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like that's one of the reasons why I'm back, because I think I have inner child stuff going on dealing with her. I mean, I didn't live in like a crappy upbringing or anything. Like, there wasn't abuse or divorce or anything like that. Like, it was a general good, typical Midwestern upbringing, but it doesn't mean that there aren't ever issues though. So, yeah, it actually, the week that my dad died, I think it was definitely a lot harder for my mom than me. Not that I didn't grieve losing my dad or whatever, not that that wasn't upsetting, but that week started with my grandma passing away, my mom's mom, and then it ended with my dad dying. So she lost her own mother and my dad, her husband, all within a week of each other. Like, I don't even know how she got through it. I really don't. So it was a lot. Yeah. Your dad passed in 2017. I'm sorry. Oh man. Losing parents is not fun. It doesn't matter how old you are. It's always uncomfortable. It's never good. So, but anyway, let me get back to KBC here and her love reading. We have the Knight of Wands. So it seems like there is somebody who wants to come in very passionately towards you. The Knight of Wands is all about passion and fire and desire and heat and all that good stuff. It can be hit or miss with the Knight of Wands, though. You don't necessarily know if this one's gonna stick. He could come in and he can go out, and he can come in and he can go out, but he definitely takes action. That's for sure. I mean, you can see it in his mane here. He's just like, woo, flowing there, flowing in the wind. So, it seems like there is someone who may want to come in super hot, basically. But let's pull some more cards so we can find out maybe who, or if this is going to be someone who's going to stick around, or what the deal is. Hope not the ex. It seems to be a theme going on here lately because I know Rachel had that issue earlier too with the ex. But we'll see. Let me pull some more cards to see who it might be. We'll find out. I'm an only child too, CA. It's literally just like me, myself, and I. So, yeah. Thank you, Melissa. It hasn't been easy. Yeah. I think this, like, part of the issues why my mom and I have the issues that we do is kind of because I literally am the end of the line, I guess you could say, with my family. Because on my dad's side, he only had a sister, and she was 8 years older than him. And she died when she was 16 in a car accident. So he was only 8 years old at that time. So I don't have like any family. I don't have like any cousins at all on my dad's side or anything like that, because he was by himself from the time he was 8 years old on with my grandparents. And, you know, my grandparents have since passed. And then on my mom's side, she has one brother. I have my uncle. But my mom and my uncle did not grow up in the best household. It was very dysfunctional. And my uncle had a lot of issues with my grandfather. So that's a whole long story, but long of the short is my uncle has been married several times and he's never had any kids, and he has his own issues because of those things. So I literally have like no cousins. I have no cousins, no siblings, no nothing. Like, it's literally the fate of my family completely rests on my shoulders. So, you know, talk about no pressure. But yeah, we just had one flip out as I say that. So we have the Fool that just popped out. So it does seem like this Knight of Wands here, whoever he is going to take a leap of faith and come your way. I feel like I'm reading for Rachel again, even though I know I'm not. And this is your reading, KBC. But maybe that's why you and Rachel were brought in here at the same time. Maybe you guys are kind of going through a similar situation. I'm not saying it's the ex because I need to keep pulling cards in order to find that out. But whoever he is, he wants to take that leap of faith, and he definitely has a lot of passion to do so. So we'll find out what else is going on with this dude, whoever he is. You just did a trip with someone you didn't really know, a friend of a friend, but it's not romantic. Sounds odd, but I travel alone a lot, and it's kind of like a tag along. I know he's not my person. Okay. Yeah. Like that's the vibe I'm kind of getting here. I'm just like, I feel like I'm reading for Rachel again, but we'll find out. Yeah. But you know that if someone is your person or not. Like, you can't force yourself to be attracted to somebody. You can't force chemistry. You can't force those things. It's either there or it's not, Otherwise, yeah, you could have a great friend. You could have something that's like platonic or whatever, and that's fine. But there's a big difference between that and like, this is my person. Oh gosh, we have the Page of Wands. So we got more wands coming out. So the Page of Wands, he's usually the one that comes before the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is the one that takes action. The Page of Wands is the one who's thinking about taking that action. He's the one who's thinking about the passion and desire. So I feel like whoever this person is, they're thinking about it, and it's eventually going to get them to the point where they're going to take action to actually do something about it and take that leap of faith. I haven't gotten any cups yet, though, so I don't know if this is all just passion, or if there's more to it, but we'll see what else comes through. He's cute, but you just don't really know him at all. Well, I mean, you could continue to get to know him and, see if there is anything there. But at the same time, if he's not your person, it's like, hey, do I want to waste my time? Do I want to waste your time? I don't know. Oh, we just had a card very slowly, in a sense, flip out. Come here. I talk to the card like I talk to my dog. Come here. The Lovers. So it seems like it seems like whoever it is that wants to come in hot, basically, with all this passion and desire, it seems like, they are your perfect match, because that's kind of what the lovers are. The lovers are the perfect pair, like they're the perfect complement to each other. So I feel like the person who does want to come in is your person. It's not someone that you would question being your person or not. It's someone that you would know, like you would know, yes, this is my perfect person. This is my perfect match. So whoever it is, like, there is a connection there. Hell no, you have a clock. I understand. Let's see what else we have here. We have the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles is really about like even give and take is what it comes down to. This unicorn is like being very kind and very giving. It's, giving to these other two unicorns. The other two unicorns are kind of like bowing down in gratefulness. They're very thankful for this gift. So ultimately it's about even give and take. So I do feel like this person wants like an even give and take with you. So, I mean, that's a good thing, especially if, this person is supposed to be your person. There should be significant, even amounts of give and take. So it may not just be all heat and desire. Let's see what else we have here. Too many cards. They all want to come flipping out. Too many. Oh, we have the Tower coming out. So I feel like whatever's happening here, it could be a little earth shattering. It could be a little groundbreaking, basically. So from that perspective, I mean, it could be the ex. It could be the ex trying to come back in. Not to say that that's like a horrible thing, or that you're going to have this terrible moment or anything. But what it could be is, obviously if they're an ex for a reason. So whatever it was that your relationship used to be, it probably wasn't built on a very solid, stable, good foundation. So I feel like, something here had to have come tumbling down. Something here had to have, gotten messed up and gotten ruined. This person may want to be coming back basically to rebuild what was destroyed pretty much in the destruction of that Tower moment. Maybe the even give and take is a part of it. Maybe things weren't very even between the two of you before. Maybe you put in more effort to have things work than he did. But let me see what else we got here. We have the Five of Cups. So missed opportunities. So once again, this could be the ex who wants to come back in because he may be feeling like he had a missed opportunity with you, where things, fell apart and got all messed up here with these three cups that got tipped over, kind of like a big, fat, nasty, ugly Tower moment. And then he's just like, I screwed things up. I messed this up, but he's got these two other cups over here as like another opportunity. He's just not necessarily realizing that they're there, but it's definitely possible. It could be that ex. Let me get some oracle cards here, but someone definitely wants to come in. I do feel like there is a solid connection there with that Lovers that came out. But we'll see what we get here. Okay. Let's go with the Psychic Tarot for the Heart Oracle and see what comes through in this love situation. What do we need to know for KBC and her love situation? We have the third eye chakra coming out. So I feel like with the third eye coming in, basically you intuitively know. like you yourself, you intuitively already know if this is that X. If it's not that X, you probably know whoever the person is. But the bottom line is to trust that, because you're able to kind of, see beyond what's happening here on the physical, on the 3D in the situation. You have that ability. So definitely tap into your third eye. Your third eye is going to help you kind of see beyond what's going on right now, especially if someone does just want to come in with passion and that's it. Your third eye can see beyond that. So definitely tap into that. I feel like that's going to help you out a lot. We also have choose your battles. So once again, I feel like that could kind of be tied to the X, because, if we're needing to choose our battles wisely, in a sense, that's usually going to be with somebody that we have been in battle with before. So if you know that this is a situation where it's just like, this is toxic, I know where this is going, I don't want to deal with you, then don't deal with them. Choose your battles wisely here and choose to move on. At the same time, though, if you know someone is your person and you think that they're worth the fight, then some fights are worth getting into and going towards. So it just depends on your perspective and where you're at in it. But choose your battles wisely. I think the most important thing is just don't get sucked into unnecessary drama. That's probably the most important thing. Just don't get sucked into unnecessary drama. And we have reach out. So, kind of going back to that Fool that came out earlier, that Fool here, I do feel like this person's going to wind up reaching out at some point. It may not be right now. It may not, be in this current moment, but it's that Fool is going to wind up reaching out. Scared of him not going back. Well, then don't go back. But if he does wind up taking that leap of faith, and he does reach out, tap into that third eye here on what you need to do and how you need to approach it. Part of it is choosing those battles wisely, obviously. You've been waiting, unfortunately. Well, don't wait. Don't wait for him to do something. Just live your life and, enjoy your life. And whenever he takes that leap of faith and he does that, he does that. We also have nurture. So I feel like it's really important for you to nurture yourself right now and just take care of you. Like it's corny and it's cliche and all the other kind of stuff. But you know what they always say? The way that you, how does that phrase go? Oh, frick. That phrase, you become like, you find the right person when you become the right person, kind of a thing. So just keep loving on yourself. The more you love yourself and the more you take care of yourself, the right person, whether it's him or somebody else, is going to come in, is going to do their thing. Let's see what else we got. And we have master. So the master is usually somebody who, once again, is guarded. They have their heart locked up here. In this picture, it's like he has a heart behind bars. It's like it's in prison, basically. So he has walls up around his heart. He's guarded. He's not going to let love in. So similar to Rachel, you could kind of feel a little bit like that. Like you could kind of feel maybe like, I don't want to let him in. I don't want to go back down that road again. I'm going to protect myself. I'm going to guard my heart, kind of a thing. So there could be a little bit of that going on. And let me get one last one. And then I'm going to move on to Anthony's question. And we have simply love. So with simply love, it's funny because it's kind of like, it looks kind of like a father-son kind of thing, actually. in here. I think the most important thing is with simply love, regardless of whether it's this ex, whether it's this friend that you don't know very well just yet, or anybody else who comes along. I think the important thing is to love these men who come into your life, like love these guys basically. I don't want to say with like, oh, like a father's love or something like that, but just kind of like agape love is more so what I'm kind of thinking. Like agape love is like, that God type of love, because, God loves everybody basically. And, it's more than just like a family kind of love. It's not a romantic kind of love, but it's an unconditional, all encompassing kind of love is what it comes down to. That doesn't mean that you have to get involved with somebody that you have agape love towards. You can also have agape love towards someone and have your boundaries and, put those things up that you need to for yourself. But that's the most important thing, is to just, make sure whoever it is that's coming along, that you just love them with that type of love, which I feel like you're able to do because, that Queen of Cups came out earlier with your career stuff. You're already filled with so much love as it is. And I feel like it's very easy for you to just, kind of spread the love and put it on others who are nearby you as it is, regardless of your connection to them. So you are very welcome, KBC. I'm glad I could help. Let me check on Venmo and PayPal. I'm pretty sure Anthony is next. Just going to refresh things here so I know where I'm at. All right, Venmo is good. Let me go into PayPal really quick. All righty. All right, Anthony, you are next. What is your question? Because I don't see it in PayPal, so go ahead and put it in the chat. I am ready for you. And then after Anthony, you guys, I have Melissa and Cherie. Oh, CA. Okay, well, that makes sense then. I'm like, oh, wait. Now I see your actual name. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so CA, you are after Melissa. Melissa, you are after Anthony. And Anthony, you are up right now. I just need to know what your question is. And I think that's everybody as of right now. Yes, because I already took care of Rachel and KBC. Okay. You're very welcome, you guys. I feel like my lighting is getting weird over here now because I got like light here and it's like getting dark on that side. Maybe if I could try to turn on this lamp, but I don't think it's going to do very much. No, that's not going to do anything. Maybe if I turn on my little star thing down here, maybe that'll make a difference. I don't know. I'm going to try to plug this in. Not going to do anything? No, not really. I'm giving myself extra lighting here, but it's not really doing anything. Okay, Anthony, Crystal and me are casually dating. What do you see are her intentions? You're a Sagittarius and she is a Gemini. All right. Sounds good. Let's see what's going on for Anthony and Crystal. What are her intentions? Hi, Jess J. Welcome to the live. We're hanging out. We're doing readings. Oh, Anthony, you have the same birthday as Taylor Swift. Whenever I think of December 13th, I think of Taylor Swift. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see what Crystal's intentions are. What's happening with Anthony and Crystal? Okay, so we got the Six of Pentacles coming through. And the Six of Pentacles is all about even give and take. I mentioned that a little bit earlier on KBC's reading. But yeah, it's basically even give and take. So I do feel like, even though this is early between the two of you, it's still just casual. It's not anything serious just yet. I do feel like there is this overall understanding, though, between the both of you that, things should be even, things should be balanced, things should be an even give and take, that it shouldn't be like all you putting in the energy or all her putting in the energy, that it should be, like a partnership. Basically, that is how a partnership should handle. So that's a fun fact you can, yeah, that is true. That is true. It is a fun fact you can use, that you and Taylor share the same birthday. That's why 13 is her favorite number, because she was born on December 13th. But she's older than you, 1989. So oh, you got a really good one here, 4 of Wands. So 4 of Wands, especially like in the twin flame community and everything, it's a very big deal because it's basically, 1111 union. A lot of the times in this deck, it can be like considered the marriage card, basically. I know things are casual with you guys right now, and marriage is probably the last thing on your mind, but I do feel like there is a good connection here between the two of you. And, starting off here with that 6 of Pentacles with an even give and take, that's definitely like a good start to it. But yeah, this has the potential to really go somewhere. This has the potential to become a very deep, committed, meaningful relationship. So I feel like her intentions towards you, even though you guys are casual right now, is probably serious. And usually, for girls are usually like that. Even if a guy says to a girl like, oh, let's keep things light, let's keep things casual, the girl is never thinking that. She's never thinking like, oh yeah, let's just keep this casual. No, she's like, she's got her Pinterest board, she's planning the wedding, she's picking out baby names, she's doing all that stuff. That's just how girls are. But yeah, I do feel like, she takes this relationship seriously, is the point. So I feel like she does definitely care about you. I think intentions are good with what's coming through right now. We have the King of Wands. So I feel like this is how she views you. She views you as the King of Wands. And, the King of Wands is someone who's very fiery. He's passionate. He's magnetic. He is definitely the most sexual of all the kings, that's for sure, because he is so fiery and so passionate. And you are a fire sign anyways, as a Sagittarius, which makes sense. So I feel like she's definitely very drawn to you. She's very attracted to you. So, that's a good thing. We just had one fly out right off the bat here. We got the Death card, but I don't think that's a bad thing at all. Death is usually, when I see death, I always think of death in conjunction to like transformation and changes and rebirth and stuff like that. So I feel like the two of you guys being together is basically offering you guys this opportunity to be transformed and to, change and all the other kind of stuff for the better, as individuals and as a couple. Like if you're with the right person, they should challenge you in a sense to rise higher and to do better and to be the best version of yourselves. So I feel like you guys are both going to be rising to those challenges in this connection, in this relationship. Let's see what else we have here. And we have the Knight of Wands. So like I said, I feel like there's definitely there's a lot of fire. There's a lot of passion and desire between the two of you. Call it casual or not, like that passion is definitely there. The Knight of Wands also takes action on that. So I feel like this is kind of a mutual thing. Like you probably want to take action with her. She wants to take action towards you. There's like it's a new thing. And you know how it is. It's like when a relationship is new, it's like the whole honeymoon phase of like you can't keep your paws off each other kind of thing. So I feel like there's definitely a lot of that. But I do feel like it's deeper than just that, because you have that Four of Wands there, and that Wands is a pretty committed type of card. And you have the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups, two of you together, it's the perfect pair. It's the perfect pair coming together. So, once again, she's basically your match, like a soulmate or a twin flame or something like that. But it's a high level connection. That's for sure. It is a high level connection. Sometimes you just feel like she pulls away a bit sometimes. Well, you know what? If she does, it's probably because she doesn't want to spook you, and probably doesn't want to scare you, because like she probably doesn't want to come on too strong and be just like, I don't want to be that needy girl. I don't want to be that clingy girl kind of thing. So that could be why she does it, because, the connection is so strong and the connection is so powerful. And, and not only that, but, as a feminine, in our feminine energy, we are technically supposed to lean back. We're supposed to lean back. So that way, then the masculine in that position can pursue us and come towards us. So she could also be doing that too. She could just be naturally tapping into her feminine energy and saying, I need to lean back, and I'm going to let him come to me. So it's not like she's doing it on purpose to like put up a wall or to be cold or anything like that. But probably just to draw you in a little bit more, which seems to be working. You're a bit afraid that you might be the one to spook her. Don't know. I don't think so. I mean, not only that, but you can't put things like that out there, because if you gotta be careful with what you think and what you say, because words are containers for power. Just a piece of advice here. Words are containers for power. So whatever it is that we're putting out there is what we're going to get back. So if you're putting out there this whole thing of, I'm going to scare her, I'm going to spook her, then you're elevating the possibility of that happening. You don't want that to happen. So just kind of like enjoy things and go with the flow, enjoy the even give and take kind of thing. Like, for example, and this is going to sound dumb, but one of the arguments my mom and I got into today was about the vaccine, basically. And she was like screaming at me to go get the vaccine, go get the vaccine. I am not like anti-vax. I'm not pro-vax. I'm very neutral on that subject. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I do believe vaccines as a whole do work. They obviously have for a reason. Schools require them for a reason. When I was a kid, I was vaccinated for mumps, measles, all those things, whatever. So it's not that I'm against it. I'm not like an alt-right Trump type of person or anything like that, not to get political or anything. So I'm not like that. But at the same time, it's not that I'm against the vaccine. I know that it's done good. My mom has had the vaccine. She's totally fine and she's totally good. I know a lot of other people who have gotten the vaccine and they're totally fine and they're totally good. So I acknowledge it works and it does do good things. But I'm hesitant just because a couple of reasons. Number one, it's still pretty new. And I just want to kind of wait and see how this rolls out a little bit before I go and get it. And number two, just because of my age and everything, I'm a little concerned about like the fertility stuff, and I don't want it to affect that. So those are my reasons. And I told her that, and she's screaming at me, get the vaccine, get the vaccine, get the vaccine kind of a thing. And she was literally like saying to me, she's just like, you're going to get it. You're going to get the variant. You're going to get the Delta variant, basically. Like she was speaking that into life over me, basically. And she doesn't understand how words are containers for power is the point. So whatever you're spitting out there is what you're going to get back. So you got to be careful about what it is you're thinking and what it is that you're saying. So make sure you're thinking and saying the things that you want, not the things that you don't want. Like, I'm not going to sit here and talk those things over my life. Like, I was in LA when the pandemic was really, really bad, and I'm still not vaccinated, and I'm still fine. And I went to Disneyland and I did all these other things, and I'm still fine. So I'm not being foolish about it, thinking that like I'm invincible. I'm smart about it, but I also spend most of my time at home doing readings. I'm not like out in public most of the time. So I don't know. Anyways, back to you, Anthony. That's a total separate tangent, but my words container power thing was kind of tied to that. We also have the Knight of Swords, or not the Knight, the King of Swords. So the King of Swords, he is, he's basically all about telling the truth, basically. He, he's someone who is, full of a lot of thoughts and a lot of ideas and that kind of stuff. He can also kind of be like the Ice King in a sense. So it's interesting because, we didn't get the Queen of Swords, we got the King of Swords. And I know you said that, you're afraid that you're going to wind up spooking her, but maybe one of the reasons why she pulls back a little bit, if she does, is maybe she suspects that you're a little bit of, nowhere. Sorry about that. Maybe you're a little bit of the King of Swords unknowingly. I don't think that you're like icy towards her, cold towards her, anything like that on purpose. If it comes across that way, I feel like it's something that you may be unaware of. It may not even be anything specific that you're doing. It could be based out of like maybe her experiences around men in the past, that maybe there's like this certain behavior or certain thing that you do that might kind of like trigger her to be just like, oh, well, you're being like cold and withdrawn, even though you don't feel like you're being that way at all. But there may be moments where she may kind of feel that way. And if she is feeling that way, that could be some of the reasons why she does decide to hold back then herself, because she may feel that you're holding back, even though you're not. It's kind of like a crazy up and down head game kind of thing in a sense. But overall, though, I do think her intentions are good towards you. I think that there is a lot of love there. Let me pull some Journey of Love cards for you to see if we can get any more 411 on the situation. Okay, and I see you there, CA. I see your comments too. I just haven't read them yet. Can you please post this? I have to take a call, so I won't be able to hear your reading. I just want to know what our most high needs me to know. Just whatever comes out. Okay. Sounds good. You're a Venus in Aquarius connecting to a Aquarius Pisces cusp. Can't remember his moon sign, but his Venus sign is Pisces. Okay. Yes, think positive. I agree with CA on that one. Think positive there, Anthony. And no worries. You can always watch it back later and it'll be here. So take your call. It's all good. It'll be here. All right. Anyways, Anthony, back to you. Let's see what we got here. We have humor. I love how you can always make me laugh. So I don't know if you guys have like a lot of good laughs between one another, like private jokes or something like that. But it seems like there is kind of like this lightheartedness where you guys can just kind of kick back and relax and in a sense not take each other too crazy seriously and just have fun and laugh and everything. And, I know you said she's a Gemini, and that's pretty typical with Geminis. Geminis, they like to keep it light. They like a good laugh and that kind of thing, which definitely makes sense for her. Sagittariuses can be like that too. I had a friend at one time who was a Sagittarius, and she did all kinds of like crazy, funny things all the time. That's what you love when you hang out. You both don't care and always joke around. Yeah, for sure. Like that vibe definitely is there. We also have I'm ready to tell you everything vulnerable. So, once again, I know you guys are kind of early in things here, just keeping it casual, but considering that that Four of Wands did come out earlier here, in order to get to a Four of Wands kind of like super committed place, you have to become vulnerable. You can't just keep it surfacey. You can't just keep it casual. And there is eventually a point where things do get deeper beyond the humor and the jokes, basically. So I do feel like at some point there's going to be this vulnerability here that's going to be opening up. And, I feel like it's kind of like both of you with I'm ready to tell you everything. So I feel like between both of you, like you guys are slowly getting to the point where you're ready to share with one another more. And this one just wanted to flip out too. A comparison. Nobody could ever take your place. So yeah, I do feel like the more time you guys are spending with one another, the more that both of you are realizing, like, yeah, this is my person. This is the person that I should be with. Like, there may be other guys, there may be other girls, it doesn't matter. Like, it's getting to the point where it's like, you guys don't even necessarily, you just don't care. You don't care about what's going on with other people around you. You just want to be with each other. So that's definitely a beautiful thing there too. Oh, and I feel like this is where you're heading with how you feel, which also, once again, makes sense with that Four of Wands here. I told you it's like the marriage card. We have marry me, wifey material, fulfillment. So, I feel like you can call this casual as much as you want, but I feel like you definitely have more than casual feelings for her. And I feel like she would say yes. I know you're like concerned about her pulling back, but um, I feel like you keep stepping into your integrity as a divine masculine and, being that provider and that protector and that pursuer with her and everything. And she's going to really like love that and respect that and everything. And I feel like maybe not right now because it's early, obviously, but when it's that right time, she'll get to that place where she'll be like, yeah, I'll marry you. I'll say yes to that. And we have authentic. Tell me the truth so I can too. So I feel like once again, that's kind of about like getting more so into the depths of things, kind of like with the vulnerable card. And, even in this card, I'm seeing the person here kind of sitting in the depths of the ocean. You think about the ocean, we think about like our emotions and how deep they get and everything. So I definitely feel like there's this sense of things getting deeper between the two of you. And in fact, with the death card that came out earlier with transformation, that could be part of the transformation here. The transformation could simply be the fact that you guys are going to slowly start taking things from a place of being casual and just lighthearted to something with more depth, something where you guys have to be more open and vulnerable with one another. So that could be possible too. But yeah, that's basically what I see going on here for you, Anthony. Like I said, I think it's a good connection. I think that, she's got good intentions, that there's nothing negative going on here. I would say it's a very beautiful connection and it's off to a pretty good start. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. It's going all right. So, and welcome back, CA. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let me move these cards out of the way, and then I'm going to go on to the next one. I think I want to say is Melissa. I'm not sure, but I'll double check on my phone. Take another sip of my coffee. Okay. PayPal. Let me go back to you. Yes, Melissa, you are up next. You asked, I'm tapping on it right now. What career path are your guides giving you signs about? You need insight. All right. Well, I know you said part of KBC's reading was resonate for you with the career thing, but we will find out specifically for you what it is that you need to know with that career stuff. You're very welcome, Anthony. I'm glad I could help, especially considering I've been feeling so off tonight. I've kind of been worried about if I'm even being accurate with anyone tonight. I'm like, like I got all this inner stuff with my mom right now. And I'm like, well, I hope I can help people. But apparently I'm still able to help. So that's a good thing. Thank you, Anthony. I really appreciate that. I'm glad to help, and I'm rooting for you guys for sure. I'm rooting for you guys to make this thing work. Hi, Elizabeth. Welcome. Good to see you. All right, Melissa, your career reading. We're going to get into that right now. All right, what does Melissa need to know with her career? What is she doing? Where is she going? What is happening here? What is going on? All right. And Elizabeth, current energy with your DM Milton. Sounds good. I will get to that after CA. Oh, gosh. Now we have a whole bunch of cards flipping out. After CA. CA is after Melissa. So there we go. Yes, Jess J, you can. All you got to do is send a PayPal or a Venmo payment with your choice of order. I take either Venti, Grande, or Talls. It depends on what it is that you order because it's all different prices. They're all $10 or under, though. And basically instructions on payments for readings, it's all in the description. So just follow that and you should be all good. And then I can help you with that career question. All right. So Melissa, let's see what we got for you. We got the Queen of Wands coming out. So the Queen of Wands, she is fiery. She's passionate. She's charismatic. She's outgoing. So I feel like whatever it is that you are supposed to be doing for your career, you need to be lit up about it. You need to be on fire about it because obviously being a queen that is filled with passion, that's what you should be doing. You should be doing something where you are following your passions and your desires. Don't be doing a job. Don't be in a career where it kind of feels like a dead end, where it kind of feels like I don't have a future here. I don't even like doing this. Like I'm just here literally for the money. And that's a terrible thing. It's like if you walk into a job interview or something and they ask you, why do you want to work here? And your first response is, I like paying my bills, then you probably shouldn't be working there. So make sure whatever it is that you're doing is something that you feel passionate about, you feel driven about. Kind of like what I was saying earlier, whatever it is that you should be doing is probably something that you would do anyways for free, even if you weren't getting paid for it. So that's always really important. We also have temperance. So temperance is, to me, it's kind of like a combination of balancing things out as well as patience. I always think of patience with temperance too. So there may be a little bit of frustration on your end because you are so passionate about the things that you want to do. Sometimes when we're very passionate about something, it's hard to be patient. But there may be this part of you that kind of needs to be a little bit patient as you work out figuring out what this next chapter is going to be for your career, what exactly it is that you need to be doing. But whatever it is that you need to be doing, once again, aside from having patience, I feel like it's going to bring balance. It's going to bring balance into your life. Like, once again, whatever it is that we're supposed to be doing, it's not like even if we find that dream job, that dream career, that dream whatever it is, it shouldn't be our entire existence. Our life should still be balanced, where it's like, yes, we have our work and we're passionate about that and we enjoy that and we do that during the hours that we need to do that. But then we still have balance in our life in other areas too, where we still have time to have a social life and see our friends and see our family and take care of the other needs in our life too, where there's just like, there's balance all the way around. So I feel like whatever it is that you should be doing, there should be balance, that it brings balance into your whole life as a whole. And you probably need a little bit of patience to get to where you're trying to go, which can be frustrating. Like I said, when you're very passionate about something, it's hard for someone to say, be patient, just relax, just calm down, because all of your passions and desires are like, no, I want to do this now. I want to go now, blah, 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 now. But it doesn't always work like that. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is basically you reap what you sow. What you put out into the world is exactly what you get back. So I feel like whatever it is that you do feel passionate about, whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing, you got to put in the work. You got to put in the time. You got to put in the energy, because the more energy you put in towards it, the more you churn out with it, you're going to get something back with it, whether it's, in terms of money, or whether it's, like seeing your career or your business, taken to the next level, blossom and flourish and that kind of thing. Just whatever it is that you're looking for as your return investment for your time and your energy, you got to put that in. You can't just manifest something with good thoughts, as wonderful as good thoughts are, and that's where it does start. You got to put some action behind that. You got to put some talk behind your thoughts. You're very impatient working on it. Yeah, this is why I always tell people, if you resonate with me as a reader, it's probably because you're an impatient person, because I myself am super impatient about a lot of things. So yeah, which is ironic, because I could have sat on the 405 all day and never been bothered with traffic, but other things in life, I'm like, it has to happen yesterday. It's late, whatever it is. And we have strength. So you definitely have the strength to do what it is that you're called to do, even if sometimes it feels challenging, it feels hard. Sometimes it feels like all you're doing is putting in the work, and sometimes it doesn't feel like you're getting that return investment, but you do have the strength to do that. You have the strength to be patient. You have the strength to follow your dreams through it all. So you definitely have the strength to do this. You were built to endure the path that, you want to go down. We have the sun, and the sun can be masculine energy. Usually the moon is about feminine energy and the sun can be about masculine energy. And very much so, when we are focused on our careers, when we are focused on those things and money and that kind of stuff, that is tapping into your masculine energy. So I feel like, God is basically kind of reminding you, like, tap into that masculine energy. If you're going to use your masculine energy, this is the place that you need to apply it, basically. It's kind of like that go-getter kind of attitude. And not only that, but the sun is also about things being illuminated and the truth and that kind of stuff. So I feel like your path is being illuminated to you about what it is you need to do. Part of it is probably about you sharing your truth, because the sun is about that. The sun is about, sharing your truth, putting your truth out there and that kind of thing. Once again, I feel like whatever our soul purpose is, it's genuinely tied to what we should be doing for a living. Those things are supposed to go hand in hand. It's not supposed to be go get a dead-end job, go work a 9-to-5 job and get sucked into the corporate machine for the rest of your life. Unless you're passionate about that, but I don't feel like a lot of people are passionate about that kind of stuff. So let's see what else we have here. And we have the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands can be like the wounded warrior, someone who's been through the ringer, someone who's been to hell and back, basically. So I feel like when it comes to your career, there are times where you definitely feel tired, where you do feel like, I have done this over and over and over again. I've been putting in the time, I've been putting in the energy. I'm just so exhausted, that kind of thing. And, that's okay. We all kind of reach burnout point at some point when it comes to our goals and our aspirations. But, that's why the strength card is also here too, as a reminder that you are strong enough to do this, that you are strong enough to go down that path. Let me see what else we have here. And then I'm going to pull some soul purpose for you as well. And we have the Four of Pentacles, which is about being greedy and guarded. Not to say that, you're greedy and guarded or something with your career, but maybe there are times, there could be moments where there could be opportunities that are presented to you when it comes to your goals, and you may kind of just hang back a little bit on it, and you may kind of be a little bit more reserved on it than you should be. And maybe it should be something that you should jump on those opportunities. You should go ahead and just try. You should be the fool in that situation rather than be all reserved and hung back like, I don't know if I want to put my toe into that pool. I don't know. But I feel like God is kind of saying like, yeah, you should probably do it. Like, don't be so held back about opportunities, even if it seems a little intimidating, even if it seems a little scary at first, you never know where that might take you. So there's that too. Your feeling Leo season is going to be huge. It could be. It could be. Who knows? I mean, you got that strength card with the lion, and, that says Leo right there to me. So we'll see. We will see what happens. I know Lionsgate is going to be coming up on 8/8, of course, like always. Hell no to the 9-to-5 corporate. Been there before, and it's soul sucking, and people there are fake. I had a horrible experience with a coworker. She gossiped about me behind my back. You know what, though? You can have that in any type of business at all. It's just kind of a matter of like learning to avoid those people. I mean, before I did this stuff, I was in the entertainment industry for a long time. You want to talk about gossip? That's land of the gossip, basically. We got one that just flipped out here from Soul Purpose. But yeah, you can have that in any type of situation. And then between me doing readings for people and the entertainment industry, I briefly did this period of time where I was a dog walker, and I was actually one of the original dog walkers when the app WAG was first launched. So when I started on that app, they were running out of a house in LA. Like not in the big fancy building that they're in off of Sunset now, the office off of Sunset, but they were like off of a house, like right near Hollywood and La Brea. And going into that house was like walking into a frat, is the best way I can describe it. It was like nothing but 20 and 30 somethings. And it was just like, it was nothing but drama and chaos every single day. Like it was insane. And that was just for like a startup dog walking app. I don't know how it is now because it's been a long time since that season, but there were some very entertaining times in that house, that's for sure. But anyways, for your soul purpose oracle, we got the Wave Maker. An emotional cleansing current of love is flowing through you. So I feel like when it comes to work, you're very emotionally invested into your work. You're very emotionally tied. So yeah, I feel like you have a lot of emotions when it comes to your work. And this is probably one of the reasons why like the 9-to-5 corporate didn't work for you, because with it also saying emotional cleansing and everything, I feel like whenever you are connecting to people with whatever it is that you are doing, you need to be very careful in regards to other people's energies, and just like make sure that you're keeping yourself clean in a sense energetically, because I feel like, you got that empathy going on. You can really feel what other people are feeling. You may not intentionally absorb somebody else's energy when you're dealing with them, but it just happens. And usually it happens and we don't realize it until it's too late. And then, you got to cut cords and all this other kind of stuff. So, definitely be careful from that end of it. But I feel like being an emotional person, it's like a double-edged sword. Like there are some ways that it's really, really good because you are very empathetic and, you definitely like feel on a deeper level than other people. So therefore you have much more emotional intelligence than other people. But at the same time, it can be damaging if you're not like properly taking care of it. So definitely take good care. Yeah. Wearing jewelry. Yeah. That should be happening daily. That should really be happening daily. I mean, man, I cut cords with my mom last night. I got to do it again tonight. Like I would have done it before I came on here, but I was like, well, I'm fighting with her and now I just have to go live. So I'll have to do that later. But, oh man. But yes, that's very important. We also have Firekeeper, Phoenix, creator of Sacred Transformation. So I do feel like you are going through a transformation dealing with your career right now, because you have been trying to figure it out lately and everything. You have been trying to understand that better and stuff. So I feel like you're currently in transformation with that. And with the Firekeeper, I mean, Leo's fire season, right? Yeah, Leo is fire season. So there could be big changes coming up during that during a season, basically. The first card that came out with you there was the Queen of Wands. You need to be doing things that light you up, things that make you feel dead on the inside, like the corporate world, basically. Like some people can handle it, some people can't. My best friend, for example, she works for Wayfair and she loves it. She thrives in it. Like she's got her struggles with it. Like she's kind of been struggling with it right now, but she loves it. Like she has so many friends there. It's not even funny. She thrives in that world. She's doing what she's supposed to be doing. She's called to where she's supposed to be. You guys can still see and hear it. Hopefully the chat is still going. Okay, it's fine now. It's not saying that anymore. That was weird. Anyways, with the commitment card, I do feel like with whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing for your career, there's probably like this tie to like a special person, especially if you're being called to like help things with the spiritual community and things like that. There are a lot of people, dealing with twin flames and soulmates and all that kind of stuff, and relationships in general. Even if you're not like dealing with a romantic situation, relationships in general can be hard and sticky and complicated and confusing. So I do feel like there's probably a significant connection in your life, which is probably going to significantly contribute to what it is that you're supposed to be doing. It froze. Wow, it must be that commitment card. Well, I didn't know if you could hear what was going on. I was like, I don't know what's going on, because I saw like it said on top of my screen that like it was being weird. Commitment made it freeze up. But yeah, I do feel like there's a significant connection that you probably have with somebody who's probably going to be a big, significant part of what it is that you're doing in your career. Like, if not like a part of it as a partner in it with you, they're definitely supposed to be like a big influence for what you're doing. I can speak for experience with myself. I wouldn't be here doing readings right now with you guys if it wasn't for someone very significant in my life coming back into my life 2 years ago. If that hadn't happened, I probably wouldn't be doing readings. I probably wouldn't be back in Chicago. There's a lot of things I probably wouldn't be doing. I don't know, I'd probably be doing the same shit that I was doing before in LA. Nothing would be different. But when that person appears, they definitely like change the game, and they can even change the game in your career. So there could be somebody significant coming along, if they're not already there, who may be a big influence in what it is you're doing in your career. They could be a big part of that. You'll play it back soon. You're single now, but maybe someday you'll meet him, hopefully. Well, if, like I said, if there's nobody in the picture right now, then this is probably someone who's going to be coming in at some point, who's going to be a big part of that, going to have a big role in it. And we have ascended. You agreed to return to assist in Earth's ascension. So I feel like that's kind of a very similar vibe of what had come out earlier in like KBC's career reading. You know, she got a lot of stuff about assisting the Earth and, you know, like the star seed stuff and everything. And I feel like it's no different for you. It's like the same kind of message. You know, the Earth is a broken, messy, nasty place. Basically, it's a big mess. No one person can clean it up. It's not going to be cleaned up anytime soon while we're here anyways, but all we can do is do our part and do our best to love upon others and be there for others. And I definitely feel like that's supposed to be connected into what you're doing for your career too. You know, it's ultimately like anyone who especially gets into like anything spiritual or whatever, or anything like that, it's ultimately about being of service is what it comes down to. It's about being of service. It's not about just the bottom dollar, getting the money or whatever. It's about being of service. You know, of course, know your value, know your worth, so you are paid for your service, so you you know, can pay your bills and stuff, but definitely it's still a service. And we have aromatherapist, remedy illness and broken hearts, attract abundance and fresh starts. So I don't know if like essential oils, aromatherapy, any like of those kinds of things are of interest in for you, but if it is, you know, that may be something that you may want to dabble into. You may want to try, even at least as like maybe from a hobby standpoint. You never know, you may tap into a gift there that you may not even know that you already had. So you got a little bit of that coming through too. So that's what I got going on for you, Melissa, with your career. So definitely keep following your heart's desire on what you should be doing there. Follow what gives you that fire and that drive and all that good stuff. Hi, Jess J. Did you send a payment? I know you asked about the career reading before, but I am doing paid readings only. I'm not doing free readings. But if you sent me money, I mean, I'll definitely answer the question. So let's see. I think next is CA. Let me double check Venmo to make sure I haven't missed anything going on over there. Especially if Jess J, if you have sent anything. Oh yes, Elizabeth. Elizabeth is over on Venmo too. But I know CA is first because CA was right after Melissa. So next I've got CA, and then after that is Elizabeth. And Jess J, if you send me something on Venmo or PayPal, you know, just like I said, just check out the directions down below. Everything that you need to know is there. A tall is Oracle cards only, and that one's $3. A Grande is $7, and that one is just tarot cards. And then a Venti is a combination of both tarot and Oracle cards, and that one is 10. So that's pretty much the routine, and the information for PayPal and Venmo is all down there. So there you go. And you're very welcome, Melissa. All right, CA. Time for your reading. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's right. You wanted to know about you don't want to ask anything specific, just freestyle, whatever the most high needs you to know. Okay, sounds good. So just general reading for CA, whatever comes through, and we'll take it from there. Alrighty. Oh, and you want to start your own apothecary. That's so cool. Well, I definitely, that obviously verifies that. So get into it. And it's so funny because whenever I think of apothecaries in general, I always think of that episode of Friends where Rachel gets that apothecary table from Pottery Barn or whatever, and Phoebe's like, oh, I don't want anything from Pottery Barn. It's got to be like from a flea market or whatever. And yeah, that's what I always think of. Like, that's where my brain goes first thing. All right, CA, let's see what we got for you. General, what do we need to know for CA? What is coming through for her? What does she need to know most right now? All right, so the first card that popped out is the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is definitely like a past type of energy. It is about nostalgia. It can be connected to our inner child. It can be connected to past lives. It can be a whole bunch of different things, but it's definitely a past type of situation. So I don't know if you yourself have been feeling nostalgic at all for, like the good old days or anything like that, but it's definitely that kind of vibe. It's like that kind of energy with this card. But let me keep going. And I'm on you right now, CA. This is you. I just started with you. So that's the first card that came out is the Six of Cups. But let's keep pulling cards here so we can find out exactly what we're talking about here with the past, because we definitely have like a past vibe going on. But let's find out what it's in regards to. It could be inner child. It could be past life. It could be past love. Who knows? We're going to find out, though. Need more cards to figure that one out. So we have the Ace of Swords, which on the flip side of the past is actually a new way of thinking, a new way of believing, a new way of looking at things. So there could be certain things about your past that you may be looking at from a new and fresh perspective. What things in particular from the past, I don't know yet. I'm going to keep pulling cards till we find that out. But it's possible that you yourself could be having some shifts, some new ways of thinking about things, looking back on your past. Maybe you've been reflecting on some things and you're like, well, that's interesting, which even I myself right now can relate to that, especially after that weird dream that I had last night with my childhood house being demolished and stuff. And I was like, hey, what's going on? It's not demolished, but it was not a fun dream. Family, business, and current relationship. Well, that's definitely a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff. Let's see what else we got here. We also have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is somebody who has a truth that they want to express, and they come in expressing that truth very swiftly, very quickly. They just come in and they're like, this is what I have to say, blah, 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 blah. I say blah, 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 blah. My dog, his ears pop up. So yeah, it could be someone from your past who wants to come in and speak that truth. It could even be you, especially if you're the one who's having like this fresh new perspective. Maybe you're the one who wants to rush in and say something like, hey, I have had a change of the way I am seeing things right now about this situation from long ago, and I have something to say about it. Or it could be somebody else from the past, from your past, who's having this change of perspective and they want to say something about it. And then they rush back out. Yeah, that's me too. So yeah, it definitely seems like there's stuff that needs to be said, especially with these new way of thinking about things. Let's see what else we got here. We also have the Knight of Wands. So we not only have the Knight of Swords, but the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Wands. I feel like this card in particular is probably in regards to the relationship stuff, as opposed to like the family or business part of it. Simply because, the Knight of Wands can be very fiery, he can be very passionate, he can just come in with like, woohoo, like, let's have some fun kind of thing. And not only that, but this Knight of Wands, he's been popping out a lot tonight lately. I think there's kind of this general consensus, this general theme with people dealing with exes and people from the past wanting to come back with a lot of fire and a lot of passion, because that's already come through earlier for people tonight, and it seems to be a theme. So that could be going on for you too, CA. He could want to be coming back in hot. Want to come back in hot with a lot of thoughts about it too. So there could be a lot of that going on right now. Seems to be the theme lately. Let's see what else we have here. We also have the 10 of Pentacles. So I think regardless of how things play out, you are still going to have like your ultimate fulfillment, because that's what the 10 of Pentacles is about. It's about that ultimate fulfillment. It's about that happily ever after. It's about, especially with the Pentacles, it's definitely about like things coming together from a material standpoint, like being okay with the money and that kind of thing. But yeah, I do feel like regardless of how this plays out and how this comes together, things are definitely going to go into a positive direction, into a direction for, things working out is what it comes down to. And it may work out because truths are being spoken here, truths are being spoken, and, there have been perspective shifts and, new ways of thinking and that kind of thing, because sometimes it's hard to get to where we want to be. It's hard to get to like that final outcome that's positive without having the right thoughts behind it, without having that right way of thinking about things. So, I feel like whatever the perspective shift is, it's probably for the better. It's probably for the positive. Possibly because you're not speaking to him. Yeah, that sometimes happens when you're not speaking to them. Space and time. Yeah, that's true too. Space and time is good for sure. We also have the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles is usually someone who comes along with a very gentle, very real, very physical type of offer in the physical world. It could be like, hey, I want to take you out on a date. Hey, like, here's a ring, here's a proposal kind of thing. Not that it's going to be like a proposal, but bottom line is it's something that's very physical. It's something that's very real. So yeah, I mean, he may come back in with a lot of truths to express, and also with a lot of passion and everything. But it's kind of like, I almost feel like he's going to dot the I or cross the T with a genuine offer, that it's not just going to be all hot air of just like talk and passion, that there's definitely going to be like an anchor attached, because I feel like that's what the pentacle would be. It's like an anchor. It's like something real. It's something tangible. It's something that's actually grounded. It's something that's more than just talk, more than just air, more than just, fly by the seat of your pants kind of a thing. It's something that's actually going to like seal the deal, which is what you would want, because, you got to start somewhere. You got to start at like a page if you're going to get to a 10 of Pentacles kind of thing. So yeah, let me get one more here from the tarot, and then I'll pull some oracle cards for you. Yes, stable is good. Stable is definitely good. Nobody likes being unstable. Nobody likes not being grounded. It's not fun. I think everybody wants that stability and safety for sure. Which is so weird because now that I'm in a position to have stability, everything feels weird to me. I've been so used to instability living in LA. It's like the thought of things being calm to me is like scary. I'm like, where are the helicopters up above? What's going on here? And we have the King of Wands. So I feel like whoever you're dealing with, he is like your King of Wands, basically. So, you know, he is very fiery. He is very passionate. He is very magnetic. You know, he does know how to draw you in, is what it comes down to. Used to chaos. The King of Wands, he can also be about a lot of chaos because he's not always necessarily grounded. He's not the King of Pentacles. He's not the grounded one. You know, because he's so passionate, you know, he can be a drama king, is what it comes down to. But yeah, he is a king though, so you know that's definitely a good thing. Let me get some oracle cards here for you. We'll go with the Psychic Tarot of the Heart because it's kind of just like general on those relationship things and whatever else we need to know with it. He's an Aquarius, Pisces, cusp. He's a cup. He's a cup of a little bit of Aquarius and a little bit of Pisces. So yeah, that can be kind of a crazy combination there. My mother, who has been driving me nuts today, she is straight up Aquarius. And you would think that my mom and I would get along better because we're both air signs. I'm a Libra, she's an Aquarius, but no, she drives me nuts. But it's funny because who was it? My former property manager where I used to live, you know, she's really into like astrology and stuff too. And she asked me, she was just like, what's your mom's sign? And I told her, I'm like, she's an Aquarius. And she's just like, oh, well, this explains why you two don't get along. And I was like, shouldn't we get along though? We're both air signs. Like, Your dad was a Libra? That's awesome. Yeah, my dad was a Gemini. So we're just a big family of heirs when it comes down to. So, but I got along much better with my dad than I do my mom. So, but then again, I mean, he died when I was 13, so it's not like he really got to be there when I was an adult or like a young adult or a teenager to see if I would get along with him at those ages. But as a kid, I got along with him. So, all right, let's see. We have giving and receiving. So I feel like, especially in regards to this situation with the guy coming back and everything, I think it's important for those boundaries to definitely be established that, hey, it's like, if you're going to come back into my life, and this may be a part of what the fresh perspectives may be. Oh man. And literally, as I just said that, like my ear just started ringing. So, oh, wow, that was loud. But part of the fresh perspective here that may be coming in is the fact that there needs to be equal give and take. There needs to be even giving and receiving when it comes to this guy. That if he's going to come back, it needs to be equal. That it can't be all you, it can't be all him, that it needs to be equal, whether it's in communication or effort or, you know, money or, you know, household chores or whatever it is. It needs to be even is what it comes down to. So I feel like that's definitely something that's really important that needs to be addressed. And we have rebuild. So like this card is kind of similar to like what the Tower card would be, because it's kind of like about, you know, something tumbling down in a sense where it needs to be rebuilt. And obviously I feel like the Tower moment, the tumbling down moment, that has already happened. So it's like you have this opportunity to rebuild things with him and to make things better and to do things right this time, to not go back and repeat the old cycles. Part of that is, once again, about establishing these boundaries and making sure there is equal give and take here. But there is an opportunity to rebuild this if you guys, approach this from the right direction, for both of you. Let's see what else we have here. Yes, yesterday. Yesterday was the tower moment, because that would be very, very recent, obviously. Oh, this one just flipped out. Opportunity beckons. So once again, with like the rebuilding card, I feel like you guys have this opportunity to rebuild things, that there's an opportunity to, mend what has been broken. Yep, yesterday was the tower moment. Well, there's going to be an opportunity to repair this, apparently. Like, it's not over. And when it comes to these kind of complicated connections and everything, it usually never is just over like that. There's always, round 582,362, so but yeah, so there is this opportunity to definitely rebuild. There's also the opportunity to once again have equal give and take, which is going to be a good lesson for both of you on both ends of it. Yes, he is your twin flame. Like, it's so annoying. Oh, I hear you. I hear you 100%. That's usually how it is. That's why you can never get rid of them. I mean, I've known mine for 26 years. That's a long time. This is probably why I have a lot of inner child problems too. Oh my gosh. So yeah, you can never get rid of them. Like and even if you think you are rid of them, because legit, like I thought I didn't even know that like twin flames were a thing or anything like that. Like when I first knew him, like years and years ago, I thought I was fine. Like 20 years went by. I was fine. Then all of a sudden, stupid dreams had to start happening and everything started changing. And now here I am. But hey, I found my people. I found my people with you guys, which is the important thing. So we can all help each other. Then, you throw on the craziness with my mom on top of that, and it just makes it all so much more fun. Yep, they won't go you. Yeah. Oh, man. That's crazy. And we have confront. So I feel like when the opportunity does appear where, yeah, he doesn't go away. Well, he's not going to go away because you guys still have things to confront. There's always stuff to confront when it comes to a twin flame. There's always karma. There's always garbage. There's always all kinds of stuff to work through. So I feel like once again, you guys are going to have to confront your demons with one another and work on rebuilding this. The opportunity is still there. It's always going to be there because he is your twin. But you guys are definitely going to have to confront some stuff. I feel like a lot of what needs to be confronted is the fact that there needs to be this even give and take. So, even though you guys are going to have this opportunity to rebuild and confront one another on this, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be awkward. It's going to be uncomfortable. And I get that. I mean, I don't know when or if I'm ever going to wind up talking to mine again. But if I do, I honestly don't even know what I would say to him. I don't even know what I would say because everything is so awkward at this point. Be just like, hi. Like, I wouldn't even know what to say. I really wouldn't. I mean, just like, I'm going to go do a reading right now. Bye. But yeah, you got to confront stuff, though. You can't just run away from it. Because you can't outrun it. You can't outrun the things you got to learn. We also have just breathe, which I feel like is such a valuable, important reminder, especially on the twin flame journey, because it can get very overwhelming and it can be very emotionally exhausting and draining. And sometimes we just have to remember to just breathe. That it's okay, that we're going to be okay, that we're okay, and we're on our way. And that most importantly, we don't have to worry about controlling anything. We don't have to worry about the outcome because God's got it. And that's the most important thing, whether it's your twin flame, whether it's your career, whether it's your family, your mom driving you nuts like me right now, no matter what it is in your life, sometimes you just have to just breathe and trust that God has it. That's like the most important thing. So true. You've been doing a lot of energy clearing. Yep. Like I said to Melissa earlier, it's like a daily thing. You got to do it daily. Just like, you wouldn't go a day not brushing your teeth, right? Like that would be nasty and gross. Like you got to spiritually take care of yourself just like you would washing your hands or brushing your teeth or taking a shower or whatever else you need to do. Twin flame is so hard. We mirror each other, but only want God's will for your life. Tired of getting in his way. Yeah, no, that's a big part of it too. And God knows what he's doing because he's the one who brings the twin flames together in the first place. So we better trust what he's doing. So believe me, lots of times I'm like, dude, I was fine. Why did you have to like wake up this old situation from when I was like 14? Like, come on now. Let sleeping dogs lie. But no, God didn't want to do that. God was like, let's wake up the dog. Believe and succeed, which I think is also important. So once again, if you're able to just breathe, and you will find the strength to believe and succeed in this. They call it a journey for a reason because it is a journey. And I know we all want to get to the destination. I want to get to the destination too. And I hate being cliche about this, but we do need to enjoy the journey. Like I drove across country like 3 times within the past, since November. Since November, I've driven across country 3 times. And as great as it was to get here, and as great as it was to get back to LA and then get back here again, I really enjoyed the journey. I enjoyed like just driving and being on the road. I enjoyed seeing the scenery and seeing the mountains and seeing, like just how everything changes throughout the entire country, because how it looks in the Midwest is not the same way as it looks in Colorado, and how it is in Colorado isn't how it looks in California. And it's all so beautiful. And I just enjoyed like taking that all in. I enjoyed the crazy process of checking in and out of hotels, day after day. And I miss that aspect of being on the road, but that was being on the journey. I was not at my destination. And I feel like we need to look at this whole twin flame thing kind of the same way. We need to look at it as like this amazing road trip where it's like, oh, look at that mountain. Like, oh, maybe that mountain is, hey, he's ghosting me right now. He's not talking to me right now. Instead of like cursing the mountain, let's take a picture of the mountain and put it on Instagram and say, this is beautiful. That's the best way I can put it, if that makes any kind of sense. But that's what I see going on for you right now, CA. That seems to be the message. So yeah, a lot of twin flamey kind of stuff, which is understandable because that is usually a thing. Anywho, you are very welcome. I know I got Elizabeth coming up. Let me just double check what I got going on here on my payments. Check in Venmo. All right, there's Elizabeth. And let me check PayPal. Refresh that. All right. Okay, cool. All right, so Elizabeth, you are next. And I don't know if Jess G is still here, but if you still want a career reading, I'm still down to do it. Like I said, I just need the payment. All right, so diving back into twin flame land. I know Elizabeth wanted to know about Milton, kind of what's going on between you and Milton right now, what you need to know. So let's see what comes through for Elizabeth and Milton. See what we get here. We have the devil. So the devil popping out fresh-faced and first and foremost. So, the devil is definitely about karma. It can be bad habits, it can be bad behaviors, toxic behaviors, addictions, just not icky stuff, not fun stuff. And if I remember right, I know that, Milton's got like another relationship or something like that going on. So I do feel like there is karma between the two of you guys that is in the process of being sorted out, that there are things that need to be worked out here. Obviously, if there wasn't any karma, then things would just be hunky dory, okay, everything would be totally good. But there is definitely karma at play here that needs to be worked out. Life lessons and everything at this time. Let's see what else we have going on here. I wonder if my friend Kenneth ever stopped in to see the live, because my friend Kenneth, I know him from when I lived in LA, and he messaged me on Snapchat like over the 4th of July. I haven't seen him in forever. And he like checked out some of the live on Friday, and he was just like, oh, maybe I'll stop by and get a reading next time you're live. And I'm like, Kenneth, where are you? So I don't know. If he's around, hi, Kenneth. He's a good guy. He's a fun guy. We have the 5 of Pentacles. So the 5 of Pentacles can, it can kind of be like a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's on the tip of my tongue. Why am I missing my words here lately? It's poverty mindset. That's what I was looking for. It's kind of like this poverty mindset, a little bit kind of like on the woe is me side. And I feel like that may kind of be like where you may be feeling at this time dealing with Milton, because there is all this karma. Things haven't been easy dealing with him. It's been really hard. So there may be a part of you that may feel just like a little bit down on yourself and a little bit down on just like the situation with him as a whole. Like there seems to be kind of just like this hopelessness feeling, like, oh, what can I do? Like, oh, I don't know. Like just kind of feeling at like a dead end in a sense. So you may be struggling a little bit at this time. Because of the heaviness, because of the darkness kind of revolving around the situation with him, you just kind of feel at lack, like, what am I supposed to do? Which is understandable. I don't want to label it as like dark night of the soul or anything, because I think, I feel like every person knows like when they go through that, but it may not be dark night of the soul, but it definitely is kind of like just like this heavy energy of like, oh, this is not the way it should be. Like this just kind of sucks. Like just ugh is the best way I can describe it. And we have the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands, he likes to come out a lot tonight, that's for sure. And it seems to be definitely in regards to people from the past. So whoever is watching this reading right now, whether it's, even though this one is for Elizabeth's, I feel like if you have a person from the past, they definitely want to come in for you hot. That's for sure, because this card has been like gangbusters tonight. So even though things have been challenging dealing with Milton, I do feel like there is a part of him that wants to come in. He wants to come in quickly, even though he may be, elsewhere, in a relationship and, having these other things going on. That doesn't mean that he doesn't have like his own passions and his own desires and his own secret thoughts that he may not be sharing with other people, that he's not sharing with you. So I do feel like there's this part of him that would like to just leave that and basically come in swiftly and quickly and passionately towards you. But the only bad thing is, once again, because he's the Knight of Wands, he may just want to come in and then just leave again. And, that, of course, is a problem and something that is only going to create more karma if he does do something like that. Let's see what else is going on with him. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. So this is basically, you reap what you sow. What you put in is what you get out of it. So I feel like the most important thing that you can do right now in this situation, even though like the energy may be heavy, even though it may not be easy, even though that there is like a lot of, karma and a lot of drama to deal with dealing with him, the most important thing is to keep doing what you know you need to do for yourself. Keep working on yourself, keep working on your life, keep putting in the effort to take care of you. Because the more you do that for yourself, the more you're going to get that back, whether it's from him or from other people or other situations and circumstances. The bottom line is, if you're going out there into the world and you're putting out good, you're going to get good back. So just continue doing that, most importantly. And, whatever's going to happen with him is going to happen with him. He has his own lessons to learn too, because there is that karma here. But the most important thing that you can do for yourself is to just, keep up the good fight of faith is what it comes down to here. Keep doing what's right for you. Keep working on you. Keep taking care of you is the most important thing that you can do for yourself. And as for him, hopefully he'll do the same, because if you do this, if you put in that work and effort, he's your mirror, he's your masculine, he's your twin flame. He's going to reflect that back to you, and he'll start doing that work on himself too. So that way then it can eliminate this karma that's been going on. No one's going to be feeling like that poverty mindset. And then he'll do a lot more than just come in hot, basically. Like he'll come in like actually grounded. He'll come in with love. He'll come in with like actually wanting to take things for the long haul with longevity and that kind of thing. And we have the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is about action, just like taking swift and quick action, which once again, I was kind of getting the vibe of him wanting to do that here with that Knight of Wands. So I do feel like there is a part of him that really wants to do that he wants to come in hot, basically. But the problem is, once again, it seems to be coming from that fired up in the moment kind of passionate place. And you definitely want him to come in from more of a grounded place, more than the passionate place, which is where that Seven of Pentacles comes back in with just, keep up the steady race here of taking care of yourself. And he should reflect that too, as long as you work on you. And we have the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands is about a time of celebration. It's about like basically just like a parade is what it comes down to. A parade of fun, good times, celebrating. So there could be that opportunity to have that time of celebration with him. But once again, you got to put in the work for it. You have to work for that celebration. It just doesn't like drop out of thin air. It takes work to do that. There's karma here that needs to be cleared. So I don't feel like it's going to happen anytime soon, but I do feel like you can still have that chance for celebration with him. And I don't know why, but on that note, I feel like randomly getting like timing stuff for you because of that. Let's just kind of see where the timing is with him, just because, it has been a while, and let's just kind of see what happens. And there's lovey twin flamey kind of stuff that comes out with these cards too. So let's see what we get. Hi dear, can I expect a promotion in a job this year? Well, first of all, hi VG, welcome to the live. I am doing paid readings, just so you know. So I'm more than willing to answer that question for you and assist in that question. All the information that you need to know about payments is basically in the description down below. So my PayPal, my Venmo, all that stuff is down there, as well as like the offerings for what you can get for your question, in terms of like tarot cards, oracle cards, both together, or whatever you want to do. All the readings are $10 or under. So just depends on what you pick. So hopefully that helps. Anyways, Elizabeth, let's see what we got going on for you and Milton with a little bit of divine timing. Let's see what we got here. We have what are you waiting for? Open the door, opportunity. So I feel like the opportunity here is kind of, once again going back to working on yourself and working on just like bettering your own life as of right now, because I don't feel like the opportunity is there for you guys to come together just yet, because there seems to be, like I said, like a lot of this passion energy. Like he desires you. That's clear. Like that's obvious. Like he desires you. He's attracted to you 1000%. But it's not the time yet because there's this karma. I feel like the opportunity right now is to clear that karma, is to make things right, to kind of, get things in alignment so you guys can come together without it just being fire and passion and, just kind of fly by night kind of thing, and for it to actually be something that is of longevity. Let's see what else we got. We also have tomorrow is another day. Try again another way. So, once again, I feel like this is in regards to just like working on yourself and, him needing to work on himself too. Because like I said, every time you work on yourself, it's also an opportunity for them to work on themselves. And, once again, I feel like it can be really, really hard, especially if there's this heaviness and, there's this feeling of, like a poverty mentality, like I'm just kind of stuck in this and nothing is ever going right kind of a thing. But you got to take it one day at a time. I kind of take this as just like taking it one day at a time, step by step, little by little. Like, don't think about where you and Milton are going to be, a month from now or a year from now or anything like that, or even like where you're going to be in your own progress. Just take it one day at a time, because today is all we have. Yesterday is gone. We don't get that back. Tomorrow isn't promised. That's not guaranteed. So just focus on what it is you need to do in the here and now, and just take it one day at a time. One day at a time. That's all we can do. We're not meant to carry the burdens of everything from yesterday and the stuff that hasn't even happened yet. Let's see what else we got here. We have expect an upgrade within the decade. So with this card, I feel like, once again, I do feel like you and Milton will have the chance for your celebration. You will get that chance for your celebration together with your Six of Wands and, coming together, things being good, things being great. But I do feel like it's going to take time. It's going to take a process. I'm not saying it's going to take 10 years, because I know it says, expect an upgrade within the decade. That doesn't mean like, oh, this is going to happen in, 2031 or something like that. No, but I feel like slowly but surely, as the years go by, you will see things improve. And the reason why things will improve is because as each day goes by, each week, each month, each year, you're going to see that karma just kind of like fall off. It's just going to get shaved off basically with every step of work that you take being put into the situation. But you're going to gradually see things get better. You may want to have it happen a lot sooner, but, think of it this way. 5 years from now, you're probably going to look back at where you are now, and you're going to be like, wow, look at like how much I changed, and look at how much better things are, and look at how good things are. And then like another 5 years from then, you're going to look back at that 5 years, and you're going to be like, wow, like even more amazing things have happened. Like, it's almost like the situation with you and Milton. It's like a fine wine. It gets better with age is what it comes down to. But it takes time. It's not, this isn't some microwaved lean cuisine meal. It's like you guys are a filet mignon. It's going to take a little while to cook it, to get it just the right temperature, to get it just the right pinkness on the inside, where it's not like a bloody mess when you eat it, but it's not like all brown and totally cooked. It's like, it's just right. It's just that right tenderness. So, it's an art form is what it comes down to. And then we have stop and look around. All you want will be found. So, in the meantime, while you wait for this process to work itself out, um, don't forget about the things that are already happening in your life that are amazing and that are good and that are blessings, because you already have a lot of good things amazing happening around you already. One person doesn't determine whether we have an awesome life or not. We determine if we have an awesome life or not. And I'm sure outside of Milton, you probably have amazing friends around you, a job that maybe you enjoy, one thing I'm very thankful for is my dog. Like, maybe I'm a little too thankful for him or a little too attached at the hip, but there are so many things to be thankful for. It could just be, hey, I'm healthy and I'm alive. That's a good thing right there. Like, oh, it's a sunny day outside. Maybe somebody pays for your drink ahead of you in line at Starbucks. I've had that happen to me before. So there's always something around us that's good, that's positive, that's going on. So definitely try to focus on that. Focus on what it is that you do have rather than what you don't have. The more you do that, once again, the less there's going to be this card with feeling like there's lack and like poverty mentality. The more thankful you are, that's going to help clear up karma and stuff too. And let me get one more for you. And we have 212, awakening partnership, manifesting thoughts, progression of love. So, once again, I think it's really interesting. It says progression of love. And then you also had expect an upgrade in the decade. So, like I said, I feel like this is a progressive thing. It's something that's not going to happen overnight. Like, I know you would probably love it if he just broke up with the girlfriend and you guys worked things out and just rode off happily ever after into the sunset. But I do feel like it's going to take time. It's going to be a process because both of you have things you need to take care of before then that you both need to work through. But the important thing is it's not going to be just like a stale thing. It's not just going to be like, oh, nothing's ever going anywhere. Nothing's ever changing. Things are changing. It's changing so slow that you don't really see the progress, but it is happening. It's like watching a plant grow. You put the seed in the pot and it's growing, but you don't actually see it growing. You don't notice it until it's like, oh, like I actually see something sprouting up above the soil there, but you never see that moment where it actually pokes up out of there. So, you got to kind of look at it that way. But, it does say awakening partnership, manifesting thoughts of love. So, I feel like that's just confirmation that this is like a divine connection, it is a divine partnership here. And manifesting thoughts of love, instead of thinking of once again those thoughts of lack or where there may be poverty type of mindset, think abundant thoughts of love. Start thinking and feeling now like what it's going to be like when he does come back into your life. Start feeling what it would feel like to have his arms back around you and that kind of thing. That's probably the best thing you can do. You got to flip the script, start thinking about it differently. Our thought life is such a big part of why we have the issues that we do because sometimes our brains can work against us. So hopefully that helps out, Elizabeth. Love that plant analogy. Yes, that's true. And this is probably why, like when I was a kid and, if we had like an assignment in like school or something like that to like plant some plants. This is probably why I always failed at taking care of plants. I would either like drown them with too much water or they would die in the sun and I wouldn't give them any water. It would always be like one extreme or the other because I was so bad at taking care of plants. And this is probably once again my patience coming in. I don't know, maybe I should start off simple and get succulents instead. So let's see. I know I heard PayPal go off. And that would be Melissa. Yay. Hi, Asha. Welcome to the live. Yes, you can ask a question, but I am doing paid readings only, just so you know. So information on how to pay for a reading and all that, what's available, what you can get is all in the description down below. I have PayPal, I have Venmo, those are both there. All readings are basically either $10 or under, depending on what you choose to get. So that's the whole thing on that. All right. So Melissa, love reading. Whatever comes through regarding a marine vet, younger Pisces sign, and you are a Sagittarius sun. Okay. Sounds good. So he's younger than you, I'm assuming? You said he's a younger Pisces. Marine vet. All right. And that one was a Venti. And then I saw you have one more after that, which is a tall, which is fine. And I have a Venti here. I have my own Venti. How awesome would that be if one day I had like a sponsorship with Starbucks, because I call it Talls, Grandes, and Ventis. That would be so awesome. I would totally do that. I would like sit down in a Starbucks and I would go live and like wear like a barista outfit if I had to do that. That would be awesome. Opposites, yeah. He's about 5 or 6 years younger. Not your type for age. Wow, that is quite a bit younger, like at least for like the girl guy kind of ratio. I've never been with or had a thing. Gosh, cards are flying everywhere. I've never been with or had a thing for like younger guys. It just never happens. They're always older. And they're never like 1 or 2 years older. They're always like 6 or 7 years older. It's like always like that, like every single time. So anyway, yeah, that would be pretty kick-ass to manifest. So yeah, I mean, I think if I were going to be with somebody younger, like I wouldn't be opposed to like maybe 2 or 3 years younger, but I don't think I could do beyond that. Like at least if it were like it's going to sound like a dumb analogy, but it's like, at least if he's only 2 or 3 years younger, like in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, if you're 2 or 3 years younger than me, then at least we would have been in high school together at the same time. So, and I know I'm like way beyond high school age, but that's the way I think about it. I'm like, okay, well, we would have been in high school together at the same time. But if he's any younger than that, I'm like, no, then you would have been like in elementary school when I was in high school or something. It's like, no, that's not going to happen. But with the older side, it's completely different. It's like, yeah, go ahead. You can be like 7 years older than me, and I can be like 14. That's a different story. So yeah. Okay, let's see what's going on with this vet. Let's see what's going on with this young man. What is happening with him? What do we need to know? We have judgment. So I feel like you do need to make a judgment call on this. You can't just kind of be sitting here in limbo wondering like, should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? So I do feel like a decision does need to be made. A judgment call is going to be made. If you don't make it, God's going to make it for you, because, you know, we can only kind of sit in indecision for so long. But yeah, so I definitely feel like there is going to be a judgment call here that needs to be made on what you want to do. Don't sit in limbo forever. And we have the hanged unicorn. So I feel like, once again, that's kind of where you are right now. You're kind of hung upside down on the situation. You're like, I don't know. I'm just going to hang out here and try and figure this out. So I definitely feel like this is where you're at right now. You're in that hanged unicorn position, which is okay, because, I mean, you don't really know. I don't feel like you can stay like this forever, because you got to make a decision at some point. But I feel like this is just kind of saying where you're at right now. You know, sometimes the hanged unicorn can also be about like a transformation process at the same time while you're just kind of hanging out. But I feel like this is more so just representing the indecision on your end. Like, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do dealing with him. I don't know. You're not into him at all, but was wondering about him because he seems very interesting and a nice person. Well, I mean, he could be just like a good friend or like a brother. You know, he could be soul family. That's for sure. We also have the world. So the world is, kind of just like, it is kind of like being shown the world. I feel like in a lot of ways, because he is an army vet, it's like he's probably seen a lot of the world. Like he's probably seen a lot of things and experienced a lot of things that lots of other people haven't, just because of the lifestyle that he has lived and the lifestyle that he has chose. And I feel like because of that, because he does have this unique perspective on life, that's probably why he seems very interesting and intriguing to you, and why you would like to get to know him better, why you would like to kind of just like explore, like, okay, who is this guy? Like, what makes him tick? Like, what's going on here, kind of a thing. So I do feel like he kind of has like a world in a sense that he could show you, that he could introduce you to, that most people probably wouldn't be able to, just because he has this unique perspective, this different viewing lens in a sense than other people do. And we have the magician. So the magician is all about, creating whatever it is that you want to create in the situation. That's what the magician does. He manifests, is what it comes down to. He manifests whatever it is he wants. So I feel like, at the end of the day, whatever it is that you want out of this connection to him, you can create that. If you feel like he's, soul tribe, like you just said, if you feel like he could be like a good friend or a good brother to you or something like that, you can manifest that. If you wanted to like go there, even though he is so much younger, you probably could manifest that. Anything is possible. Either way, I feel like it's basically saying that the sky is the limit, that there is no limit when it comes to this. The limit does not exist. So yeah, just don't limit yourself in this situation. You can manifest whatever you want out of it. And we have the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is, someone who does have a lot of thoughts, someone who does have a lot of ideas, but since they are a page, they typically don't come forward with what they're thinking. They kind of just like hang back. They may kind of watch, they may kind of observe. So, they hold on to, what they're thinking. I feel like that may be kind of how he is, especially like being a vet and everything. He may kind of just like hang back and kind of like observe a lot of his surroundings and a lot of what goes on around him, but he has a lot of thoughts about it. He may not always necessarily say what's on his mind, but he definitely has a lot of thoughts. He has a lot of things that he thinks about, that's for sure. I feel like he's very observant. Very observant. And we have the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is about coming together to work together to build something. So I feel like, once again, he is soul family to you, that he was put into your life for a reason, that basically, he is here to help you build something, that he's here to help you build and just make better in your life, whether it's as a friend, as a brother, whatever it is, that he's just here to help you like build and create your best life, just like you're there to help him build and create his best life, which once again, I feel like is kind of where this magician comes in, because the magician can make whatever he wants to have happen. He can manifest anything. So I feel like the two of you are kind of like coming together and assisting each other and helping one another manifest your dreams coming true, manifesting things happening. Like, I know you had the career reading earlier. Maybe he's someone who's going to be able to help you with that. Maybe not necessarily on the business end of it itself, but he may have ideas. He may have thoughts and perspectives to help you, because he has seen a lot of stuff. He has seen a lot of things, especially in a way others wouldn't. And he is very observant, and he does have a lot of thoughts and a lot of ideas. So, when it comes down to your career stuff or just anything in life in general, he may be a good person to bounce ideas off of. Some men like older women, though. I'm hesitant, but who knows? I like being friendly with everyone and very talkative. Teamwork, totally teamwork, 100%. And, once again, I feel like that's something that he would naturally do anyways, being a vet, they got to have teamwork within that. So, I feel like he probably applies that to a lot of areas in his life. And even if he is attracted to older women, I mean, that's okay. Sometimes it doesn't matter, like, whether you're attracted to somebody or not, or what the age thing is or not. Like, one thing that has been my biggest problem is I'm one of those people who's super friendly. I can be very bubbly. I can be very outgoing and very nice to people. And I'm like that with everybody. And some guys get the wrong idea, and they think just because I'm being nice means I'm interested in them. I'm like, no, that's not what that means. Usually, if I'm interested in you, I'm going to be the opposite, and I'm going to be awkward and weird and uncomfortable. So clearly, if I'm able to be like bubbly and personable and all the other kind of stuff, that means I'm actually comfortable, which means I probably don't have feelings for you. So, yeah. But anyway, yeah, I understand that, though. Like, some guys get the wrong idea, and they're like, oh, you're nice to me, that means you want me. No, that's not what that means. That's true. Traveling really shapes people. It does, 100%. Like, just today, when I was on the phone with the State Farm agent here to like transfer over my insurance and everything, it's funny because she was asking me, coming here from California, she was just like, wow, you must have like all these experiences, because being in the Midwest is like pretty boring and there's not a lot of stuff going on. I'm like, yeah, it is kind of like a culture shock. So being in different places definitely shapes and changes you. So, definitely men are pushy and aggressive. Some men are, not all. It depends on the guy, but there are some who definitely can be. I had one tell me, this was like through a church thing too, which was like really embarrassing. This, like, I wasn't like, we were just friends. We'd never like touched each other, kissed each other, dated or anything like that. And somehow he got this idea in his head that God told him that I was supposed to be his wife. And he said this to me, and I was like, and I'm going to run away now. Like, God never dropped that memo to me. No, that's not happening. Like, scary. So yeah, exactly. OMG, run. Okay, so we also have the four of cups here, and the Four of Cups can be about being stubborn, basically. So I think it's important for you basically to not be stubborn in the situation, because it's like this cup here that's being offered to you could basically be him or whatever it is that he wants to offer to you. And I don't feel like whatever he wants to offer you is going to be a bad thing. I feel like it's going to be a good thing, because we do have a lot of positive energy here with, working together and manifesting things together and that kind of thing. So there's no negative karmic toxic vibe or anything like that coming off of him at all. So whatever opportunities do come with him, why not be open and take advantage of it? It's a new experience. Just like he's obviously had a lot of interesting experiences, it could be good for you too. Leah's contemporary, please do a personal reading on Davin Clark and his connection with me. Why are we suddenly connected after all these years? Well, first of all, Leah, I feel you, because I've been in that position before, reconnecting with somebody after a lot of years. And if you're interested in a personal reading, I'm doing live readings right now. usually I consider my private readings are usually, it's like a separate thing. I would send you like a separate video to like your own email and everything. It's like a whole different thing. So if you're interested in a personal reading, information for, personal private readings are in the description box down below. As for if you want me to answer that particular question in the live, I can do that, but I am doing paid readings only. So once again, doesn't matter if it's a personal private reading or if it's one that's happening like here in the live, the information for that is everything you need to know is right down there in that description box. And I can answer that question for you here, or if you want a private reading, you can email me and we can do it that way too. So whatever your preference is. Anyway, Melissa, back to you. I have some oracle cards to pull for you now on this guy. So let me see. Well, let's go with the Psychic Tarot of the Heart because it's right in front of me. If I can grab it. Why did I put it in this position? I'm like, come here. It's like in a really awkward position now. Why did I do that? Okay. Alrighty, let's see. Melissa and this younger guy. What do we need to know? What do we need to know? We've got sadness and isolation, which is interesting because I don't feel like you feel sad or isolated around him or dealing with him. I feel like if anything, I feel like this may have been something that he's dealt with going through some of the experiences that he's been through. It could be one of the reasons why he does have like a very worldly perspective on things. So I feel like that's something that's probably he's been through. I don't feel like he feels like that with you, but I do feel like that's something that he's probably experienced and that's something he's probably endured. So yeah, I feel like that's something he's probably dealt with. Let's see what else we got here. So it may be something, if he is still dealing with that, it could be something that may come out at some point as you guys continue to communicate and interact. We also have the solar plexus chakra. So, the solar plexus is like our stomach. It's like our gut area. So whenever this card comes out in a reading, I always kind of automatically take it as like, trust your gut is what it comes down to, since that's where your solar plexus is. So trust your gut when it comes to him. If you think he's a good guy, if you feel that he's soul family and that kind of thing, take the time to get to know him better. Take the time to explore it. You're going to know, like if somebody makes you feel good, you're going to know. If somebody, if it feels like kind of weird, like, I don't know about this person, like, we always do. We just need to get better at trusting our guts and listening to it before it gets too late. That's the problem. Most of us don't realize it until it's too late. And then it's like, oh crap, why didn't I listen to myself earlier? Yes, but use your intuition. It is so powerful. It's not even funny. We all got to do that more often. It's like a muscle. It really is. It's like a muscle is what it comes down to. You got to work it out just like you would anything else. We've also got love abounds. So I do feel like there is a lot of love here within this connection, whether it stays platonic or whether it goes into a romantic place. I feel like regardless, simply because he's soul family, simply because there is that connection, that there is like a deep love between the two of you, that there is like this deep understanding, this deep connection. So I do feel like that's definitely there. What the... But like I said, there's many different types of love, though. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic love. It could just be that you build on this connection with him, and you find an amazing friend. You find like an amazing brother. Like, I have some guy friends in my life, and I do not see them in that light at all. But would I consider them brothers? 100%. Would I be just like, hey, this person pissed me off, would you go be a big brother and kick their ass for me? Totally. Yeah, so it depends on the connection. But it could imply romantic love too, if that's where you guys decided to take it. But either way, it's a healthy connection. It's a good connection. It's a connection that has love. And we have well-deserved reward. So once again, I feel like whatever the outcome is with him, it's a good outcome. It's a positive outcome. Both of you guys have been through a lot. Like, you may not be the one with the sadness and isolation, that may be him, but I feel like regardless of what each of you have been through, this connection is beneficial. It's beneficial. It's mutually beneficial. You guys are helping one another. You guys are helping one another to get to your well-deserved rewards. Let me pull one more. And we have seek. So I feel like this is not like the ending of you figuring out the exact answer on what he is to you yet, that this journey in a sense is just beginning with him. So just keep seeking, keep doing what you're doing. I would say keep getting to know him, keep spending time with him, communicate with him, keep seeking God in your own like one-on-one time, in your own time of like prayer and meditation and that kind of thing. And it'll eventually come together. It'll all make sense, exactly like his place in your life and how it all works. But either way, at the end of the day, I don't feel like it's anything negative. It's definitely a positive connection. It's a connection that can only, make you guys ascend higher in what it is you're supposed to be doing in your lives. Seek is my thing. I'm very curious, so I'll keep learning about many things. So that's a good thing to do, for sure, 1000%. And I know you had another question with the oracle cards only. Let's see. Keep seeing Colorado. Can you pull cards about that? Never been there, but I heard it's a lovely state. Oh my gosh, is it ever a lovely state? And you're very welcome. If I could just like share pictures and videos right now on this live of Colorado for you, I would. Because Colorado is amazing. I will pull cards to see what the Colorado connection is dealing with Colorado for you. But speaking from experience, I mean, Colorado is amazing. I have basically been going to Colorado like my entire life. When I was a kid, we had family friends who lived in like the Breckenridge area, which is in the mountains. And we would go there like every spring break to do like family spring skiing trips. So I did that a lot when I was a kid. And I mean, this is why I like taking the northern route, driving back and forth between Chicago and LA, because you go through Colorado and it's absolutely beautiful and it's absolutely stunning. And I mean, I know people all over the place there. You got Breckenridge, Grand Junction, Durango, Denver, so many different areas all over the place. And I have friends who were living in the same building as me in LA, and they were from Colorado originally, and they actually just moved back to Colorado last year. So when I was driving back out here to move back home, I spent some time with them in Colorado. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. If you go to my Instagram, there should be pictures and videos there from when I was like driving back out here. And not just back out here, but even when I went back to LA. But there's a lot of stuff on my Instagram from when I was like traveling across country, going through Colorado. It's amazing. Like, there's a part of me that even sometimes considers like, maybe I'll stay here for a little while, do what I need to do here in Chicago while I'm here, because I know this is where I'm supposed to be for now. And one of the things I miss the most about being in California is the mountains. But there's other things about California I don't miss. So part of me is like, maybe I'll go to Colorado one day. Maybe I'll stick around Chicago for now and then move to the mountains of Colorado because I do love it there. It's like, it's a totally different mountain vibe than like the California mountains. Like there's not smog for one. So that's nice. But yeah, it's amazing. It's beautiful. So yeah. Yeah, there's a whole bunch there on Instagram. There's like you have to scroll back a little bit because there's like readings and other things there now. But if you scroll through, you'll eventually find Colorado stuff in there, driving out here and also driving back to LA. But let me see. What Oracle cards should I use for that? This is where I feel like I need like a good travel deck or something like that, which is actually one of the deck ideas that I do have. It's like I kind of want to do something around travel. I just don't know what exactly, but I'll figure it out. Let me see. Colorado. I think I'm going to go with the Sacred Creators Oracle just because I feel like when you're in such a beautiful environment like Colorado, it kind of like sparks creativity. But yeah, I can tell you this much. If you're feeling drawn to Colorado, even without cards, I would say go visit, go check it out because you won't regret it. That's for sure. So yeah, I have a lot of ideas for decks. Travel is just one of them. It's just a matter of like putting it all together, which takes time. So, all right, let's see. What do we need to know about Colorado and Melissa? What do we need to know? And actually, I think there's a vortex. There's like a lot of vortexes or something like that in Colorado too, which is pretty cool. Yeah, you would get like a lot of like serene, like especially if you're in the mountains, like it's not going to be chaotic or crazy or anything like that. Like you could just go outside, sit outside on like your patio or something like that, look out at the mountains and just write, and it would be so peaceful. Like it is just amazing. All right, we've got one step ahead is all you need. So I feel like if you're being drawn to go to Colorado and you got one step ahead is all you need, maybe you need to take one step ahead to planning a trip. Just plan a visit. You know, you've even got some arrows here on this card, you know, pointing almost kind of like a fast forward button or something like that to just go forward. Just check it out, you know. You could, you know, maybe try and plan like a week out there or something like that. You know, and check it out. There's so many beautiful places. You may even want to like, I don't know, like make sure you get a good rental car because there are so many different areas to check out in that entire state. But one step ahead is all you need. It may be time to just take one step ahead to kind of investigate planning a trip, you know, where you would want to go, investigate hotel arrangements or rental cars or whatever the case may be. So yeah, one step ahead to planning a trip. And we have balance, in balance. So I feel like if you do this trip out to Colorado, you may find yourself very balanced there. You may find yourself just like feeling some kind of balance that you didn't necessarily feel before. Because, you know, it is so peaceful there. It is so serene with the mountains and the nature. You know, like it's very different from like LA's mountains because it's like, okay, LA, yeah, you have the mountains, but then you still have like the helicopters up above them and you got the crazy traffic and you still got like garbage and homeless people and smog and all this other stuff. Like it's mountains in a city and it really isn't like very peaceful all very much. You know, if you go to like Santa Barbara or something, it's a little bit different, but the mountains in Colorado could eat California's mountains alive is what it comes down to. It's a total different vibe. It's very peaceful. Like even their targets are like mountain targets. Like when I was driving through, when I was driving through on my way back here, my hair dryer died in Colorado, and I had to run to Target to get a new hair dryer. And even the Targets look like log cabins. Like everything looks like log cabins in the mountains. Everything looks like log cabins in the mountains, which is funny, even the Target. And I was like, this is actually kind of cool. Like, why doesn't my Target look like this? We also have magic happens when you most expect it, which is funny. It doesn't say when you least expect it. It says when you most expect it. So that's kind of like, in a sense, like asking you to manifest your own magic. Like, you got to put your mind on something to make it happen. So, if you keep seeing like Colorado and all those messages coming at you, like, make it happen. Make the magic happen, make it happen. Plan that trip. I feel like this is very much so the green light on, yes, plan that trip. Yeah, so cozy, the log cabin vibes. We've also got fall in love with your own story. Well, I know you said you are a writer, and I feel like once you're out there and you have just like the opportunity to kind of like connect with nature and everything there, you're going to have this amazing opportunity to just write like you've never written before. And it's going to come from a place of like your own story, basically. It's kind of like being in Colorado is going to give you this chance to kind of just like re-examine your own story and how amazing it is. Yes, on the license plates. Yeah, they even got the mountains on the license plates too. That is true. That's actually one thing I'm going to, like, not the mountain part, but that's one thing I'm going to miss right now is when I do have to get an Illinois license plate, which I don't have to until next year because I just got my plates renewed in May this year. But I'm going to miss having a star on my license plate because I have vanity plates on my car right now from California, and it's got a star on it. They don't do that in Illinois. So I'm like, man, I'm going to miss that when I have to say goodbye to that plate. Like, ugh. That, and I want to hold on to my California driver's license as long as possible in case I go back to visit. So that way then I can get like a California resident discount ticket on Disneyland. Anyway, your past supports your future. So I feel like, once again, kind of playing into this fall in love with your own story thing, I feel like you're going to have a chance to be very reflective on your own story. You'll be reflecting a lot on the past, and you're going to see like how it kind of connects into your present, how it kind of connected to bringing you to Colorado in the first place. And then you're going to see even beyond that, like, okay, I can see like where this is taking me, how this is all connecting. So I really feel like it's going to give you the chance to kind of reflect on your own story. And sometimes we need to be taken out of like where we spend all of our time and what we're doing all the time in order to really like kind of step out of our own life in a sense to really look at that. That's probably one of the reasons why I like being on the road so much. It's like I get to just step out of my own life for a little while. But yeah, I definitely feel like you're going to be a lot more observant in a good way dealing with your own path. No, I can customize my plate in Illinois, but they don't offer, like in California, they offer like the hand, and they offer a star, and they offer a heart that you can use to customize it, but they don't do that in Illinois. You can customize it. Like I can, customize it with words or numbers or like letters and numbers, but they don't offer like the shapes is the thing. They don't offer the shapes. And that's the part I'm going to miss is the shapes. I'm like, man, because like I've always had the shapes when I was in California. I'm like, yeah, I still want the shapes. I don't even know what I would put on as a vanity plate here. I've kind of played around with the idea. I think it would be really funny to put on a license plate TWM for twin and then FLM for flame. That would be really funny, but I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to do that. That's kind of corny. overrate your intuition. So I feel like that's another thing too, is like your intuition is probably going to go into hyper gear when you're in Colorado, once again, because you would be outside of your normal everyday circumstances. You're going to have this chance to kind of like examine your own story, look at your past, present, and future. And it's really going to be kind of like a very eye-opening experience for you, where, you know, you like where you're at right now, it's like, yeah, you use your intuition, you tap into it and everything, but you probably don't give it as much credit now as it really deserves. And it's like there's probably going to be like aha moments and revelations and things just like dawning on you when you're in Colorado that you normally wouldn't realize before. But I feel like they're going to be good things. It's not going to be like, oh crap things. It's going to be good stuff. Yeah, just because Colorado is that amazing. And if you do go, I'll recommend one place you go. What is the Golden something? What is the name of that place? It's on my Instagram. It's in Golden, Colorado. It's this really cool like restaurant thing. It's the Golden something. I can't remember the last word of it, but it's the Golden something in Golden, Colorado. And it's pet friendly, which was one of the reasons why I went, because I met up with my friends Justin and Jackie there, and they have a dog, and of course I have Shadow, who is lingering in the hallway right now. And we took the dogs there, and it's kind of like it's a restaurant food truck is the best way I can describe it. They serve alcohol there and everything, but it's like a restaurant, but you kind of like go to like there's all these different like booths, I guess you could say, in a sense, where you can get like either tacos or burgers or all kinds of different things. But it's kind of like a food truck thing, but it's a building. I don't know how to describe it, but it's really cool. It was really good. So when you go to Golden, Colorado, and check the Golden Mill. That's the name of it. I'm like, oh, it just hit me. The Golden Mill. That's it. Yeah, the Golden Mill. Yes, they serve wine. And it's kind of like a self-serve thing. You get like a wristband and stuff, and then they have like this whole wall there where they do have like a lot of beer. They have like a lot of beer selections, but they have wine on like the other side of the wall too. And you can just like go up and basically you can fill it up with as much or as little wine as you want. So it's pretty amazing. I think I got like a margarita thing or something like that when we were there. It was really good. And we have follow your sacred flow. So once again, I feel like being in Colorado is going to help you find that flow, that sacred flow, and keep that flow. Because like I said, Colorado's it is amazing. It really is. Either way, I feel like the message here is if you're feeling pulled and drawn to Colorado, it's probably for a reason, especially if you're seeing it pop up everywhere. The best thing you can do is go and visit. And if for some reason you don't like it, which I don't feel like you wouldn't like it, if for some reason you don't like it, then you know. But you'll probably love it. You'll probably fall in love with it. It'll probably help you a lot. And, it just may wind up becoming like your favorite vacation destination. You may feel like, oh, maybe I'll move to Colorado one day. Who knows? Anything is possible. But I definitely feel like it's good for you to go and check it out. And yeah, it'll be a fun time. It's beautiful. So check it out. Check out Colorado. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, I'm going to check the Venmo and PayPal. See what we got going on here. Okay, Venmo is good. And let me refresh PayPal. All right, I think we're all good. I think I got everybody in for tonight. So, and with that said, you are definitely feeling excited. You're very welcome. Yeah. So the Golden Mill in Golden, Colorado, it's really good. Definitely check it out. And yeah, if there's like other places that you want to like see or whatever, I'll try and think of like other like good places to go and check out, or like towns and that kind of thing. Because like I said, I've been to Colorado so many times. It is absolutely beautiful. So it's definitely a place that I myself have considered, like, oh, maybe after I'm done here in Chicago, maybe I'll go out to Colorado, because I don't feel like I'm going to be here forever. Like, I feel like I'm here right now because this is the season that I know I need to be here. And I think it has a lot to do with like my own personal stuff, because my mom is here, my person is here. And there's kind of like inner child things apparently I need to work through. There's just a lot of like growth stuff I apparently need to work through right now. But at some point, I think I'll probably land in Colorado. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I think I will go back out west though. That's for sure. I don't think I'll stay here forever for now, but we'll see what happens. Who knows? Life is unexpected like that. I also never in a million years thought I would ever come back here. I thought I was going to like live and die in California, and here I am. So anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it up here because I have not eaten all night. I need to get something to eat because I've been drained from everything with my mom. So yeah, definitely. That's the idea. So go check out Colorado. It's awesome. Check out the stuff on Instagram too, Melissa, because that'll give you some insight. There's a lot of like driving videos. Like, it's so funny. Whenever I'm driving across country, I'll like take my iPod and I'll just set it up on my dash and I'll be like, go ahead, record the mountains, record all the pretty, and it'll just go, and that'll be that. So there's like a lot of driving videos and stuff like that on there too. But yeah, so everything that is there you need to know with Colorado is there. And if I can think of anything else, I'll let you know. But I'm gonna get something to eat because it's like 10:43 and I need to get something to eat. I've like not eaten all day. I'm drained from everything with my mom. But I'm glad I made it on here. I'm glad I went live because I was kind of nervous. I was like, am I even gonna be able to do this tonight because of everything happening with my mom? But I'm glad I came. Being here helping you guys helps me, so I'm glad I pushed through and I did it anyways, and I didn't like sing a sad song or anything like that. So yes, but anyways, I will see you guys on Friday. That is my plan, to be back live on Friday. I have a video coming soon this week. Maybe tomorrow I'm going to post it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I have a video coming about healing that is going to be coming soon. It's not a reading. It's just kind of like my perspective and my unpopular opinions when it comes to healing, basically. So I'm hoping it goes over well because it's not my usual thing that I do. But that's definitely something that I'm going to be posting soon. And then hopefully some pick-a-cards or something like that in between. But yeah, so I'll see you guys on Friday. I'll be back Friday night. So have a good rest of the week. And I'll see you guys later. Keep sparkling. Take it easy.